just like it's just such a form of habit now. Hey, everybody.
It's a terrifying situation to be in. Hi, how's it going?
This is Jason.
And Bill.
And no fucking guest, so you're just getting the two of us today.
Sorry, Ed couldn't make it. He has a lot of shit going on. He had a car show going on, which is cool. He's a big car guy. I don't know if he talked
was he
about
going
it.
to a car show, or does he like... Yeah, he did talk about it. He said
briefly,
that he did a bunch of shit with him.
Yeah, like him and his partner both like are in a car, like old school cars and stuff like that. So unfortunately, he couldn't make it out today.
Is he married?
Going to be married.
Okay.
He was married before he got divorced, and now he's got this new chick. He's engaged too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I've been doing all my homework. I've been watching Miami Ink. Prepping for this.
My mom likes that show.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like reality shows.
I hate them. I fucking can't stand. And that's like all my mom likes to watch.
Right.
She likes a lot of her. Well, that's not true. Like
I understand that. Like, in order for a reality show to be big or successful, you have to have big personalities on there. And those are the kind of people that I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, I don't know.
I like it just because you get to see the artistry of what they do. Because they are great artists. At least I think they are.
Yeah, the tattoo.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I don't know if that dude, like, that's why I want Ed here, because I want to ask him, like,
how
in your circle, like, do you feel like these guys are really good artists,
or do you think it's like total horse shit?
They're like overestimating them. Yeah, I kind of want to know. Like,
I want to know too, because I don't know. I'm not a tattoo guy, but I feel like every single time I perceive metal in the media, I'm like, I hate this. And like, it's bullshit.
What was that? Yeah, and that's the other thing that cracks me about that show is like the music that's in it is like because it's a tattoo show, they have to put like heavy stuff on there. Yeah. And it always sounds like offshoots of like bad metal.
Well, dude, fucking Tim Gorgeron that used to be in Within the Ruins, their old singer, he's like getting married, or he is married to somebody that came from either Miami Ink or LA Ink or one of those shows.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
He's married to one of the artists, and like he told me all about it when he came out to our New York City show.
Interesting.
And he was talking about, he mentioned like either his fiance or his wife. I can't remember.
Probably the LA one, because that had the most chicks on it. Because the most famous one out of all of them being Kat Von D, who you've probably heard the name a million times.
Yeah.
So she is originally from LA, and she got her break on Miami Ink. And like right now, the season I'm on is the season that I think she leaves. She's like, Miami sucks. I don't like it. It's not as cool as LA. And it's like, all right. Everybody's like, they go the fuck back. And that's exactly what she did. The LA Ink one was cool because one of the girls on that show was from Chicago. I think her name is like Kim Say.
Yeah.
And really good artist, which is cool. And actually, I think the other girl too, Holly or something like that, I think was her name. I think they were both from Chicago. Maybe.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched that show when it first like came out. But it just happened to be on Amazon Prime.
His fucking wife's name is Nikki Simpson, and she hosts the show Ink Master Angels.
Oh, okay. That's another one I watch on YouTube, is like the Ink Master stuff.
Yeah. My mom watches that one too, but she hosts that show, I guess.
Is it a TV? It's a TV. Yeah. It's a competition, right, or some shit?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I just looked at her Instagram.
On YouTube they have like all the artists, or I don't know. I've never watched that show, but all the artists and stuff. They do stuff on YouTube that's pretty interesting, where they just kind of like here's like some shitty tattoos, like why do you think it's shitty, and then here's some really good ones, like what do you think is so good about it, or they have like all these little segments. They're a lot of fun. Or like my favorite are like the horror stories. Like they're like, tell us something that fucked up happened, and then dude, it's crazy. That's a crazy world, man. Yeah. I mean, even Ed had a couple stories talking about that, like some of the more like oof, like it's only in that profession could you get yourself in a situation like that, But overall, I don't like reality. It's just something for me to watch while I'm killing time. And it's like
I never watched it.
I watched it when it first came out, but now
the only reality show I honestly really like is Catfish.
I watched the original, like the movie.
Yeah, the movie's great. Yeah, but I also like the series.
Before it was a series.
I don't watch the series. I just watch clips of it on YouTube of like the worst ones.
When they like walk in, like, oh.
Yeah, or like shit gets real fucked up and weird.
I don't know if we talked about it before, but the reason why we watched that movie is because my friends Brian and Rosie's dad was like, oh, you need a really good horror movie to watch? He goes, watch Catfish. And we were like, I don't know what this is. Movie. He kept saying it was a horror movie. And we're like, all right. So we rented it. This is how long ago it was. We rented it at the last like Blockbuster in Chicago.
Whoa. Which one was that?
I don't even remember. It was at one of their old places.
That might have been.
We walked to it.
I wonder if that was the one on Fullerton, like Fullerton and Central. That one was there forever.
I don't know. And
you know what? For Chicago fans, if you want to see something really fucking weird, there's a standalone Sbarro pizza restaurant on fucking Fullerton and like Central right there.
Just hanging out.
Yeah. I've been there with Max.
In an Oasis or a mall.
No, it's not. Isn't that weird as fuck?
It's weirder than a standalone Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It is weird. That's a Jimmy John's that's not in a strip mall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That is fucking weird.
That's even like rarer of a sight. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But Sbarro, I was just like, whoa, wait a minute. Like I saw it one day.
That's definitely pizza that I'm like, I try to avoid it all.
It's not that. I mean,
it's pretty bad, but I'll eat it. I'll eat it, but I'm like, it's not going to be my first pick.
I like it, kind of. Every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. And then I try it. I'm like, it's okay. I don't think it's bad.
It's not like, the worst thing in the world.
I just think it's disappointing.
It's very disappointing. It's never like.
They do have some good shit, though. They have these like giant breadsticks and stuff. I like some of their food a lot.
I don't know. Every time I like always get it, always end up like
shirt right now. So I've been like contemplating on if I should get Battlefront 2 or not, the new one, because it's like $12 for PS4 right now. But my whole thing is,
I think I have it for Xbox. Otherwise, I would play it with you in a heartbeat if I had a PlayStation. Fuck.
Is there no cross?
Maybe because they did that with the Call of Duty games.
We could look it up. I could look it up.
It'd be sick if they do. I'll fucking play it.
Do you like it? Is it good?
I mean, I like the original Battlefront games. Like most people, they were like the best games ever. The original
Battlefront games, dude.
With the vehicles and everything, like Battlefront 2. Yeah,
that was one of my.
I re-downloaded
that.
And, like me and Nick played it for a little bit.
Where?
It was on like Xbox, like whatever. Like I'm sure it has on PlayStation, maybe. Maybe not. Because that was an Xbox
sick as Xbox's exclusive shit, and
it's cool.
Damn
it's you know like.
I've read a lot about it, and some of my friends at work, one of my good friends at work, told me. Actually, you know what? Have you ever heard of the band Into It Over It?
Mm-mm.
They're like some big emo band from around here, and I guess he's playing bass for them now.
Oh,
so congrats. But maybe I'm not supposed to say that. But that's not gonna.
I don't even think you dropped his name.
Yeah, I didn't drop his name on purpose.
Oh.
But he was telling me that he's like, Battlefront 2 is sick, but you're gonna fucking hate it for like the first month you play it because you'll get your ass handed to you.
Yeah, that's
so
every
quick.
multiplayer like
RPG, like
PvP or whatever.
Yeah, I figured it would be that way, and I was just like,
some kid that's like half your age, calling you some sort of expletive and questioning your sexuality. Like Danny was explaining the other night about Call of Duty. Both of us were like, "Yep,
God,
sounds exactly the same as it's always been."
It sounds exactly like you would play it, Danny. You fucking child idiot.
All right, reel it in.
Oh man, dude, it's just like he came up to me and he was like, "Yeah, I've been playing Call of Duty," and I'm like, "Ugh," like.
Yeah, I just brushed it off. I was like, "Cool."
I couldn't. I had to say something.
Even like Nick, who was like a hardcore like Call of Duty guy, even he's like, "I'm over it."
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, it sucks now."
Dude, Halo 2, baby, and BioShock, even though it's not multiplayer, but
I'm pretty sure the second one is, maybe the third one. One of them, I'm more than positive has a multiplayer in it now.
Really?
Like a versus thing. Huh. Probably the third one.
Infinite.
I don't know. Finally started. I started up Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, 3 or the first one?
The first one. Yeah,
it is anime opening with that like 6 song.
I sent out a Snapchat where it just said "holy period fucking period Japanese period," and I forgot I sent it, and then I saw your name on my Snapchat. I was like, "Fuck, it's too late."
Oh, I would have loved that. Yeah, that's so funny.
But like Tom immediately messaged me. He was like, "What the fuck is that?" I was like, Kingdom Hearts, man. He's like,
"Yeah, I saw. I almost bought that. I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 the other day, though. I was like,
I'm still on the fence about that one. Like
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah,
Did you ever play it?
I don't really like playing Grand Theft Auto. I like watching Grand Theft Auto. I just don't like playing it.
I love those games.
I get it, man. Like they're so cool.
Yeah,
and like they're so much fun.
Dude.
But for whatever reason, I don't know. I just don't like playing them.
Yeah.
I like I said, I like getting in a car and just running over a bunch of people, and then I'm like, yeah, that's good.
I like all the missions and the story and stuff. Very like Sopranos-y.
Right.
But yeah, it's just it's sick. I don't know. It's like San Andreas was my favorite Grand Theft Auto game, and then like this is just like that.
Yeah,
but
massive,
sicker. Yeah, and like.
It's finally gone down in price, right?
I got that and all the DLC for like $20.
That's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Forever it was like $50.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Forever. And it's like,
Yeah, now it's down for 20. That's why apparently Best Buy is going to be selling Red Dead 2 for $25.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to try and grab that.
I played the first one, couldn't get into it.
Really?
Yeah. It's essentially Grand Theft Auto, but Wild West.
On horseback. Which I'm down with.
It's another beautiful game that you can do really cool shit with, but for whatever reason, I don't know, wasn't into it.
Yeah, I got to check it out because I mean, dude, even like I feel like almost everybody in my life has told me that game is like
the shit.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like it's a damn good looking game.
It is. I'm just, you know what though? I'm not a big Western guy, period. I just don't like that motif. I just think it's like tacky.
Are there any Western movies you like?
Gran Torino, but that doesn't count. That's just Clint Eastwood.
That's not a Western.
I'm high.
That's Clint Eastwood being racist as shit.
There you go, everybody.
Best comedy of the year.
I'm sure I have. Yeah, like I love Quentin Tarantino's westerns. I think his are awesome.
Hateful Eight
and
really
Django Unchained. If you look at it that way, it's kind of like a western.
Yeah, I would throw it in there.
Yeah. That's Django Unchained is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I think
it's damn good. It's the introduction of what's his name, Christoph Waltz, which
Inglourious Basterds was.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right? Isn't that insane?
That's true.
That's so funny because he played like two opposite roles and he killed it at both of them.
Played the most evilest guy ever and then the sweetest dude ever.
Yeah.
Which I guess it all kind of tied it in. We're like, this guy's the shit, and he is. He's a great actor. I love seeing that guy in anything.
Yeah, but Django's always my go-to. But anyway, Battlefront 2. And then the microtransactions.
Well, they got rid of them, right? Or they have them.
Did they?
Yeah.
I thought they still.
They did something to appease everybody and got rid of them or so. I don't know. Either way, yeah, that stuff is bullshit.
Yeah. Maybe I'll pick it up on my way home.
I was just watching.
Dude, I fucking. No, keep going.
There's a good, every once in a while I stumble on YouTube where it's like somebody's channel where basically it's like before you buy. And it's like video games.
Yeah.
And I watched the one for the new Star Wars Jedi Order, right? Is that the one that just came out? And look, the guy gave it like pretty good reviews. Like he didn't shit on it too bad.
So many people who are like into that right now.
Dude, I'm like, fuck, I kind of want to just like buy it now. Like I don't buy new video games, but it does look.
Why?
It's a lot of money, and
you never feel like you're missing out.
No.
Okay, that's fair. I never do either.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, I'm luckily enough, a lot of my friends never like ruin video games for me, like spoil them at all.
Yeah, but I mean, just like missing out, like online. I don't know.
Oh, I don't care. I like playing games by myself. I don't really like to play them online.
Me too.
Yeah, which is another thing that guy brought up was like, like games like this are becoming like rarer and rarer, and eventually they think they're just gonna get rid of them, where it's like the single player like story mode. I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm like, maybe I should put money in so that way it's like, people do want this,
Yeah.
Which would be a real shame, like.
That would be a real shame.
Because I remember like one of the first games that did without the story was like Titanfall.
Yeah.
It was just multiplayer. I was like, that sucks. I was like, this game looks so cool, but I don't want to play
Did the second one have a story?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's super fucking short, but it's really, really good. That's a good game. Like you should pick up if you can get it for real cheap. It's a lot of fun for the story. And you get to play Titanfall. You don't have to play against some kids beating the shit out of you constantly. Like, fuck that.
I know. It's not even like fun at a point. It's just like, dude, can you put me in like a beginner's level class?
Well, you have to play a little bit so that the algorithm like catches on. So it's putting you into like groups.
Is there one? Mm-hmm. They'll be like, oh, this guy sucks shit.
But see, like, that's where I always would get in trouble because like I was like a pretty lax gamer and I wouldn't play as much with like Call of Duty. And then Nick was like a hardcore gamer into it. And played with like dudes that were like ranked, really good. And every once in a while I pop on, he'd be like, yeah, come join the group. I'm like, dude, I'm going to just get smashed. Yeah. And sure enough, I'm just getting wrecked.
Yeah.
And they're all just like, Nick, your buddy sucks. So, like, get him the fuck out of here. It's like, all right, see you guys later. I'm going to go back and play some single player.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Dude, that's like Smash Brothers for me online. I just get my ass fucking delivered to me on a silver platter. But like,
because people that play that game are fucking hardcore.
But when I'm around like my friends, I'm like so good. Like amongst my friends. Like I smoked Danny's ass a bunch.
That's a low bar.
Maybe, but were you there for that Smash party we did?
No, I remember hearing about it.
So sick. And
that's funny.
Yeah, it was killer. But
I remember Tom really liked Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
I think 4 was like what came out around then. Because then I was 5, right?
Yeah, I think.
So 4, and like that was fun. I like those games. And he was good. He was really good at it. You know? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna try see how I do online. It just got fucking destroyed. He goes, yeah, I'm not doing that. It was like people on there are insane. I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah, I have to do team matches on Smash Online because I'll lose otherwise.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever won like a single round just on my own. So it's hard, dude. Some of these dudes are like pro gamers, and I'm a very casual gamer, and I don't even think I'm that good at video games.
I don't even think I'm that good. Like do you ever play games on like the hardest difficulty? Like
never. I always go to the easiest
one.
Yeah.
I just want the story.
Experience it. Yeah,
exactly.
I just want to experience it. I don't want to get my ass busted.
And I like that like video games now have that where like it used to be like hard, medium, easy, and then now they have the description. It was like
very easy,
normal for veteran players, you know, hardcore for like those that don't want to fuck around. And then easy if you just want to enjoy the story. It's like
very easy, little to no combat.
It's
dude,
like
I love that shit.
It's so insulting.
Yeah,
it's
very insulting.
I don't want to know how bad I am at these. Like,
dude, when I started God of War, it gave me that, and I was looking at it, the screen, and I was like,
And then you're like, maybe I should play it on normal. Like, fuck this guy. And then you play it for like a few minutes.
And
like,
I hate it.
Nah, I'm going back to easy.
You're like, oh, this sucks.
What was it that I was playing something where it automatically set it for you? It lets you play like a tutorial, and it's like, oh, you should. Oh, Titanfall. It was like you should be on this difficulty, and I was like,
whoa,
all right,
that's sick.
And I'm playing. I'm like, yeah, fuck this. And just went right back to. It wasn't that. It was just a little like I could do it, but I'd have to like grind through it. Yeah. And that's like not fun for me.
Yeah, but just because you nail a tutorial is like doesn't mean you
doesn't
like
shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Because I'm feeling confident in the tutorial. My God, it's gonna be
like,
easy.
Ooh,
you know?
And it's designed to be somewhat easy. I would imagine.
Yeah, so you understand the game. And I'm not a total brain dead moron, so I can easily do a tutorial. And it's like, oh, you're really good at this. I was like, what are you, like a personal trainer? You're really awesome at this.
Yeah, take the extreme course.
For only $10 a month, you can have this all the time. I'm good.
That's why I like Nintendo games, because they don't do that shit. It's just one level.
One difficulty.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's some games where you could adjust it, like, story-wise, but not really, man.
Those are the games that weird me out, the ones that don't have a difficulty. Yeah. They're just like, have fun. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like Pokemon. There's no difficulty in that. But, dude, I've been playing that
the new one, right?
Nonstop. Yeah, it dropped on Friday.
Nice. You like it?
I fucking.
So this is
a
whole new story and everything. Like it's its own thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's awesome. It's definitely has a lot of controversy surrounding it.
Also,
man, I don't even know where to begin. There's like articles upon articles about like fan backlash at certain things and certain ideas, and like this is the first Pokemon game where Game Freak, the developer, like nerfed having all of the Pokemon in the actual game. Like they cut some out. They cut like a big chunk of Pokemon out that you can't have in the newest editions, which are Sword and Shield. And people were coming up with terms for this, dude. There was like hashtags. Because you know how you have a Pokédex? Yeah. And it's like the encyclopedia for Pokemon for listeners that might not know.
Right.
People were calling it Dexit instead of Brexit.
Oh, man.
I was like, when I found this, I was like, oh my God, this is like horrible. Like, why are people so... I mean, I guess I get it because they are like really big deal games. But
yeah, and is it that hard to just put those fucking goofy ass characters in there?
Yeah, just take them. It's literally not that different. And I love people who are like, man, fuck new Pokemon. It's like, dude, then you might as well fuck all Pokemon because it's all the same shit. Like when it boils down, I mean, dude,
how many new characters did they introduce with this?
I don't know. I haven't taken the time to even figure it out because I don't give a shit. But my favorite part about it, I just like going in cold because it's more fun for me to play the game because it's more puzzle solving for me. I'm like, I'll actually catch this dude to see what type it is, and like I could build a new team. I like when I play new Pokemon games that aren't like the remakes or reboots or something like that. I always try to, because they usually always have old Pokemon still in this game. From previous ones. You know, just to keep people appeased, I would assume. And
I mean, they'll always have the classic characters.
Yeah, like stuff. Pikachu's never going away. But I always try
Machop, right?
Yeah, he's in the new one. Machop.
Fuck.
Dude, I can't even tell you some of the new ones.
Pokemon is so limited.
There's a Pokemon based off of whipped cream in this game.
Whipped cream?
Yeah.
Ooh, what about the mime? They got the mime.
Mr. Mime. Yeah, he evolves now too, apparently. Yeah, to Mr. Rhyme. Dude,
is he rapping?
That's the
He's
thing.
He's a SoundCloud rapper.
I don't fucking know, man. It's like so It's actually not like that.
Face tattoos
He wears like
shit.
a boulder hat and has like a cane and has like a curly mustache. And I think it's because this new Pokemon, like the area is supposed to be based off of Britain and the UK and England.
Okay.
So
hence the Brexit.
Yeah, the Dexit. It's so fucking such loser shit.
That's so
dude.
good. That's so good.
Like, oh my god! Like, and I have so many friends that were just like, "Fuck this!"
It just shits on Brexit.
Suck. Like, this is gonna be so stupid. And I'm like,
is it really gonna be that dumb? Like, come on,
dude,
it's gonna be a good game. Like, end of the day.
I grew up with Pokemon. That was like my shit. My mom pre-ordered the first Pokemon game, Pokemon Blue, for Game Boy.
Oh,
for
cool.
the original Game Boy
yeah.
at Toys R Us. She pre-ordered it for me. And I remember one day my mom read this article in Rolling Stone magazine about how Pokemon was coming to America and it was like going to be this huge thing. And my mom like literally told me, she's like, yo, you should check this out. This Pokemon shit. It's going to be this crazy big thing.
Like,
yeah.
Get on
like,
before everybody else does.
And my mom did. And I was like, whoa. Like, I watched the show.
That's a good mom move.
Dude,
my parents would never do that.
I was obsessed with it, man.
Oh, yeah. Everybody was.
It was my shit. So
I never quite got into it, but I remember when it did like show up and it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, everybody loved it. And I was like, all right, that's cool.
I have not played all the games, but I've played a lot of them. And I mean, they were mostly for the handheld systems. So like Game Boy and Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance to DS and, 3DS and now Switch. But I mean, I always remember playing these games on Game Boy and everybody just being like, man, I wish they would make a home console Pokemon game. Like everybody wanted that. And now you fucking have it. Literally 2 days ago. And then everybody's still bitching. I'm like, what? It's like, and the game is sick. It's a good game. It's just like a Pokemon game. And it's
I can't imagine it being bad.
It's not at all.
You know,
and IGN gave it a 9.3 and said it was the best Pokemon game of all time.
There you go.
And it's just like, well, I don't know, man. If you're a review guy, you should trust that. Like,
I guess. I don't know. Those are always like iffy too. Just like movies.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? You were talking about. Anyway. But yeah. No, yeah, we were talking about before, like Mario games. Like,
yeah.
You know they're going to be good.
Yes.
They might be amazing, but they're always going to be like good.
Yeah, they're always going to be
like,
a solid game.
That's why I feel like the Pokemon stuff would be like.
It's because
there's no way they could like unless they really fuck it up horribly. There's no way they're going to make a bad Pokemon game.
Yeah, they're not. And so far, I mean, I'm barely into the game, and it's like they've made it such this cool thing now where it's like it's not like the Game Boy games where you could beat it in like 2 days. It's like this is a game where it's like 40 hours of gameplay for the campaign. Awesome. And it's like, yeah, and it feels like an actual legit RPG. And I'm just like, this is crazy. Like there's a really in-depth story, like things make more sense, like things are drawn out in a better way, not in like a worse way, but it makes like, there's a lot of incentive to go back. And it's just like, I thought, because I've been spending way too much money on video games, but I've gotten so much the past couple weeks that like I thought I was gonna kind of put Pokemon on the back burner, but I have not been able to put it down. So, I just like them.
That's fair.
I like the games. I'm a fan. What are you gonna do? Sue me? And then everybody is just.
You're gonna get.
I had all these complaints about it. I don't know what
people are just gonna complain.
Yeah, and that's why I posted that status on Facebook the other day that was like.
Yeah, it was something that was really funny.
Your favorite band is going to put out a record that's... Oh, I can't. Let me read it out.
Oh, no, there's something else you posted that, like, kind of cracked me up, and I can't remember what it was.
What, Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor?
No, that's a good one.
5 minutes into this new Pokemon game, and Leon is a huge cockbite.
Yeah, who's Leon?
He's just this character, and he's the Pokemon champion of the league, and he's like your friend's older brother, and he's just a fucking cocky asshole,
that's
dude.
Awesome.
He does, yeah, he sucks. So like,
did anybody chime in on that? They agree with you?
No, nobody really like everybody just like commented like shit that had to do with Pokemon, but nobody acknowledged what I actually said. So I feel like that's what my posts are half the time, but I had one that was fuck. Your favorite band puts out new music and you hate it for sounding the same or for sounding too different. Your favorite video game series puts out a new game and you hate it before it's even released and before you actually get to play it.
It's true.
It's like, well, what's the fucking, it's like, well, what's the goddamn point then,
People love the bitch, man.
Yeah, they must, dude. I can't.
Speaking of bitching, did you see the new Sonic?
Yeah.
They did it. They listened. And I'm like, they shouldn't have done that. They should not have changed it because now people are going to be even more bitchy about movies. So they're like, well, if they did it for Sonic, they could do it for this.
Dude, and for real, man.
They opened the floodgates.
Talk about just like
Hollywood is fucked.
Yeah. Well, good though, because it's like it's like revealing, like shining holes through. Like, this is a cash grab. Like, we'll do it to grab your cash, and it's just like we finally reached that and it was bound to happen, dude. I mean, with the way like Netflix
the internet and everything,
and Amazon and Hulu and whatever are taking now Disney Plus, they're killing the TV industry and like the film industry, and it's just, I mean, dude, that new Martin Scorsese movie. Went
straight to streaming, right?
It's going to be, it's going to be straight to streaming at the end of this year. Yeah, and it's just like, whoa.
Isn't it only in like select theaters or something like that? Yeah,
same with Dolomite. That Eddie Murphy movie was in select theaters. I didn't even know that was in theaters. Yeah.
I guess they all, in some regard, probably make it in the theaters, right? Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
Yeah, they're huge, and it's insane to me that like you see an example like this Sonic fucking movie where, and I'm like, I was a big Sonic fan growing up. I liked a lot of the Sonic games, like for Dreamcast and shit.
Did it irk you at all when you saw the original trailer?
I mean, the only thing that irked me was I was just like, oh, they're gonna do this and like ruin Sonic for me. And like,
it's a video game movie. So
yeah. So I was just like, can they just not do that? Like,
I was like, whatever. And they took some artistic licensing with it, and it's like, whatever. But then I saw the backlash. I was like, Jesus, really, people? You're losing sleep over this, everybody? Like,
yeah, I'm like, even if
Sonic... He did look creepy.
He did look scary as fuck.
He looked super creepy, but I was like, whatever.
If Sonic is still going to... No matter how he looks, this movie's probably not going to be good. Like,
it can't. It just can't
exactly.
be. It's a video game movie.
Everybody know, but it's just like me and you know that shit. So clearly, I'm sure a shitload of other people know.
Yeah,
and
but then like, it's something to bitch about.
And it's so funny. It's just like, oh, Hollywood just caved in on itself and was like, yeah, we'll redo it to get more of your money. And it's just like,
I agree. I think it was like also like a potential like PR move where it was, because how easy
totally.
Is it for them to redo that? You know. The CGI, that's easy enough.
I don't know.
Shit, they probably already had it set up, and they were just like, just release the shitty trailer, and then we'll just say that way it'll give us more time, and then we could just put out the other one.
That's funny.
Wouldn't be that hard to do.
Well, like that movie was supposed to come out like
sooner than
in
later.
October last month.
Yeah, I got pushed back,
and now it's coming out in February. I still want to see it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I mean, Jim Carrey should be pretty fun to see.
Dude, that's insane that this is his like role in a movie that's going to be in theaters again. Like, this is the role. Like,
wow, it was the last thing he did.
Dr. Robotnik. I don't know. It feels like it's been a while since he's been in like a movie that's been in a theater.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, Sonic, you're doing this? I mean, they must have given him a... maybe he loves Sonic, that maybe he likes Sonic Adventure 2 like I do.
It could be one of those things like his kids are like, do it, I love Sonic. And he's like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah, but I mean, whose kids you think are really saying, I love Sonic?
Dude, that's what happened to Mario Brothers. What's his name? Yeah.
That makes sense, though, because it was then, and Mario was still sick. But now it's like...
The guy that played Mario, he's an English actor. Holy shit, why can't they think of his name?
Bob Hoskins?
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
His son was like, I fucking love Mario. He goes, I don't know what Mario is. And he's like, you got to do it. And he's like, all right, fuck it, let's do it.
Mario's actually sick, so that makes sense. And that movie's sick, but like...
Sonic is... No, the movie's not sick.
The movie's awesome,
It's sick for all the wrong reasons that don't make it a film.
I watched that movie so many times with my dad because he would be like, Mario Brothers is on. My dad likes John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins. My dad likes both of
all the movies. Yeah. Oh, you're a big Leguizamo fan? Yeah. What's your go-to movie? Mario Brothers. What the fuck?
I don't think that's his go-to.
How about The Pest? Has he ever seen that, Frank? If you ever watched The Pest, if you love John Leguizamo, John Leguizamo, please tell me you've seen The Pest. I used to love that movie as a kid. It is horrendous now.
Remember the Spawn movie?
Oh, hell yeah. Where he's the clown?
Yeah.
That's another one they're remaking, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's been in the works for a while.
That's another like one of my favorite bad movies.
Spawn.
Yeah.
I liked Spawn, like just the hero. You know,
he's an interesting character.
Yeah,
I remember the cartoon was really cool on HBO.
Yeah. So I don't know. But anyway,
Dennis Hopper. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like now. I feel like there's no kids in 2009.
Yeah. Essentially. What's up? No kids in 2000. What? I think it was this thing. It was like the oxygen mask. Like, yeah. It was like, get the plumbers. Yeah.
Dude, I wish David Lynch did the fucking Mario Brothers movie.
It would have been amazing.
Yeah.
It probably would have been closer to the video game than that fucking movie was.
Yeah.
Holy shit. But that's another one. Like, imagine if they tried pulling that shit now. Like, everybody'd be like, those don't look like Goombas at all. Like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, and it's just like, but I just don't understand, like, which kid is going up to their dad and be like, Dad, make a Sonic movie. It's like, Sonic's not really that, I don't feel like he's not as big shit as he used to be.
No, but he's, like, kids know who he is for sure. Yeah.
And, like,
if, like, your dad was an actor and it was like, yeah, Sonic movie fell in my lap. And we're like, dude, take it. Like, do it. The thing is, I
feel like these parents, though, like, these people are the ones that are like,
ones that
they're the ones that like know Mario and Sonic. And they're like, oh, check out Mario and check out Sonic. Like, what kind of made me realize that was I was watching this.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins definitely did not play Nintendo, but go on.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah,
no way.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's like
this generation of actors
this generation now, it's like
could fall into that.
Yeah, there's people that saw that movie in theaters, the Mario Brothers movie, that probably now have kids. You know what I mean? Like, so it's commonplace. Mario is a figure of history. The new Mount Rushmore is Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Sonic, and
Donkey Kong?
I was going to say the dude from Half-Life 2, but Gordon something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck. I never played that, but
you know
I know.
What I'm talking about. Yeah.
Somebody's yelling at us right now.
Yeah.
You fucking moron.
Yeah. I have Evelyn used to love the Half-Life games.
It was a huge fucking game. I never played it.
I would go over to her house and we would always play it. And I would watch her play it on PC and I was like enamored by it.
So is she one of the people that's like thoroughly disappointed that the third one never came out?
Oh, yeah. Big time. Sure. Big time. Yeah.
They like teased it for like a minute and then.
Yep.
Like, nope, we're not doing it.
Yeah. Ugh. So, yeah, it's a bummer because that franchise could have taken off. But anyway, what I was going to say was I went down this rabbit hole the other day of like, I decided to try and listen to the newest Blink-182 album that came out recently.
What year is that?
What year? This year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it came out like a couple months ago.
Isn't this like the second one with the singer? Right?
The second one with Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio. And it's probably the worst.
Careful, Nate's listening.
Oh, he knows because I've been like, dude, that album sucks ass.
Like this version of Blink-182?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's seen them, and like,
yeah, Riot Fest.
Right? I don't think Riot Fest. I think, but he went before for like they went for Buck's birthday to see them. They played like Tinley Park or something, and but he, I mean, he's aware that it's like, not that sick. But Nate actually knows a lot about Blink-182.
Yeah, he's probably one of the more knowledgeable people.
It was really sick. Yeah, it's always really sick talking to him about it because like he has all the Blink-182 CDs in his car. And he drives me home from practice, and he always like has metal shit. And I'm like, nah, take this out. We're putting in Blink-182.
What you listen to? Man. I was like,
nah, I used to love Blink-182 when I was younger, you know. But he was telling me tidbits about like each album, and like he always has like cool shit to say about it. I'm like, oh fuck, like I never knew like to pay attention to shit like that about music, you know, back then. And I mean, it's just the age difference too. You know, he was way older than I was when a lot of their successful songs hit. Oh, that was a horrible yawn. I'm so sorry to them. To whoever complain.
You just gotta turn your head, man.
I know. Well,
you can just yawn right in the mic every time.
I don't know, man. I did a good job last time where I wasn't yawning.
No, I just gotta remember.
I know. Yeah. So, but anyway, I tried.
I had a mute button. I can just do it manually.
Me too.
I feel like you still wouldn't use it, but anyway.
Yeah, I probably would forget it was there. So I try to listen to this album. It's called 9. And it's the newest Blink-182 album. It's the second one with Matt Skiba. And it's like probably the worst thing I've ever heard them do. And it's like, it's just like really bad. It's just bad. It's not good.
Is it because of Matt Skiba?
No, I think
music different.
I think what's funny is I feel like Alkaline Trio is more of a cred band than Blink-182 in a way because they have like
they're a more legendary band.
Yeah, and they have like this darker element to them. And I mean, Matt Skiba had fucking Garn from Ulver on a track that they did on an Alkaline Trio album. I mean, Ulver's a giant, like a huge, sophisticated black metal, like ambient band now, okay. And it's just like that was like a whoa, what the fuck type of move, and like I don't know, but
is Alkaline Trio still a thing?
Oh yeah, they still play music. Yeah, they're from Chicago, I believe. Okay. Yeah, and
that's cool.
They're like a big. They always like sell out whenever they play here, and like, man, I think they're from Chicago, but I don't know. Yeah, so I wouldn't say that it makes that. I will say though that Matt Skiba and Mark, the bass player that's still in Blink-182, they have very similar voices, and they sit in a
really?
both of them sit in a very similar range. So
that's got to throw it off.
For a second, it took me a while to be like, wait, who's singing this? Like, is this Mark or is this Matt? Or and Tom and Mark had such different voices.
Yeah, which is part of the appeal. Just having the two different.
Yeah, which was cool. But I don't know. It's like it sounds like it was co-written for sure by like tons of ghostwriters and whatnot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just not. I don't know. Maybe I don't have the right footing for me to have the most accurate opinion on something like that. I just didn't like it. I thought it was really bad. And then I stumbled upon this video. I stumbled upon this video of fucking Mark and Travis reacting to kids reacting to their music, like teenagers. Oh, yeah. It was on like one of those React channels. So they're watching these kids say shit about it, and all these kids are like, "Oh yeah, my dad loves this album." I'm like, "My mom loves this record." Yeah, and it's just like the whole, and it just makes them look so old and like
so funny.
And she was like, "Yeah, this is," and like
my mom rocks out this album all the time.
Mark Hoppus was like, he was like, "Yeah, that's right." He's like, "We defined a generation, people." And I'm just like, dude, you old fuck, man. And it's like, I had a conversation with Eddie a couple weeks ago, Lynn Paris, about how he saw, because I was telling him the same thing. I was like, I listened to this new Blink-182 album, it's so bad. And like, he was like, yeah, they did like a Bears halftime show or something recently.
Oh, really?
And he was just like, Mark Hoppus, like, he could just be a dude, but he still has this like dumb, goofy mohawk and like dresses like he's in his 20s. Yeah, and he's just like, he was like, this guy, he looks like an idiot. It's like, if this guy just looked like a 45-year-old dude like he is,
you'd be like, nah.
Yeah, it would just be like, oh, this is fine. Yeah, you know?
It's the same as like the hair metal guys that still do it. The grunge guys that still do it. It's that whole thing. Like, they're always going to dress like that.
Yeah.
It's their identity.
And Matt Skiba looks bad now, and
like old or what?
Yeah, he just has this weird like blonde dyed comb over hair thing going on.
Trying to look younger for that
maybe.
Group, maybe.
I wonder if that's what it is. I wonder if they're like self-aware too. I wonder if they're just like, yeah, this looks like funny, so we're just gonna like rock it. But I doubt it.
I think it's more like
a marketing thing.
This is what Blink is, and we got to keep doing that. Which I get.
The weird thing is, I feel like, because Blink-182 did the last album that I really liked by them was their self-titled, which had like "I Miss You," and it came out after your "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket," and it was like they stopped doing all these goofy songs. They went out to a much different direction, and then they like went on hiatus, and that's when like I believe what's his face did Angels. Tom started Angels and Airwaves, and
which that's still going, right?
Yeah. I think he's still doing that. Yeah, he definitely is.
He's not trying to find aliens. He's doing that, right?
Probably both. I don't know, man. But
it's a lot of dedicated time.
Yeah. And then Mark was in a band, Plus 44.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I never heard it. But yeah, I remember it was like when I was in middle school that was like going down, and yeah, and then they came back and did a record together with Tom, and then Tom dipped out, and like now they've had Matt for a couple records. But I haven't heard the record that Tom came back and did.
Oh, really?
No, I haven't. But
can't be too bad.
I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it can't be as bad as this one, dude, because this was like...
Did you listen to the first one with Matt Skiba?
I heard the singles, the singles, and that one felt... And that one made more sense to me. And like, I watched this interview with Matt and Mark, and they were saying like, yeah, the last album, we wanted it to be like a traditional Blink album. Like it sounded like, but this one, we just wanted to go off the wall with everything and do the exact opposite. And I'm like, well, you did. And it's bad.
It was a miss. Yeah.
But I feel like an asshole saying it because it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Tom still gets a big chunk of their money. He'll always get a third of the money because he's a third of Blink-182 legally.
Oh, he still owns the trademark.
Yeah.
Huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as long as they're still doing it under the name Blink-182,
Yeah, he gets a
he
check.
gets all that money. So it's just like insane to me.
I had a interesting conversation with somebody that's in a band, and they have it in their contract that if any point in time you quit, you forfeit owning the name. And so a dude quit, but then came back and still technically does not own the name because of that, because it's in the contract.
What band?
I don't want to bring it up, but like, it's just an interesting thing that like, I'm like, oh fuck, that's crazy. So like, to some degree, I mean, the dude gets money still under the name, but he just can't use it in certain capacities.
Oh,
yeah. So it's pretty interesting. And then like, they do have members that have quit that like they still like cut checks to. They have to.
Yeah.
But that's a predicament I don't think I'll ever be in.
That is. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like my realm of music and our realm of music is so far from like that level.
That level. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. And then like Mark looks old as fuck and he should cut his stupid mohawk. I don't know. It's just weird to me because I remember when Blink-182 was like the cool shit, and now it's just like old tired shit, and it's just funny. It's just funny how that happens, and I mean that's happened with so many things, so many artists, musicians, movies.
Well, I think part of the reason why that kind of throws you through a loop is because when they did like any genre where it's like that has a look to it, which is every genre,
Yeah.
When those artists break out, they're young, they're in their 20s or whatever. And so you associate the younger version of that. And that if you ever see somebody outside of that world try to dress like that, that's older, you're like, oh, the old man, like trying to be cool with the kids, that even as they get older, like you're still kind of like, oh, fuck, it's not the young dudes that I remember. Yeah. So that's why I probably still through a bit of a loop. But it's their world. They still want to identify with it. Because if they do change it, then they're selling out.
Yeah.
Because then you get that crowd.
Yeah, and then it's just like, it's clear. It's like, it just kind of sets it in stone. It's like, yeah, this band is clearly like a cash grab, at this point. And
I'm sure there's some integrity there that they're like, they're musicians at the end of the day,
Warrell Dane from Nevermore, before he died a couple years ago, he had a band that he was working on because he lived in Brazil. He moved to Brazil after Nevermore, or maybe during Nevermore's career. But his band, I don't even remember if they had a name or if it was just like Warrell Dane, and like, but his band like would cover Nevermore songs at like all their shows.
Weird.
Yeah, it is weird, right?
I've heard a few bands of doing stuff like that, which always kind of, I don't get that. Like
I don't either.
The biggest one I ever saw do that was what is it, like Saints of Estonia, which is the original singer 3 Days Grace, Mike Mashak from Stain, I forgot who the bass player was, but basically all four members were from pretty big alternative rock and metal groups. And I did a festival, and I could hear like Mud Shovel being played, 3 Days Grace songs being played, and like some other ones that I recognized. I was like, what the fuck is going on there? And somebody explained it to me, like, oh, that's Saints of Estonia or whatever the fuck. Like they just play, like they had an album.
Okay.
And they played like a couple songs from it, but they played all the hits of their own bands. I was like, that's a little weird. And everybody was in agreement. They're like, yeah, it's fucking weird. Like, why even do that?
Yeah.
All
because they know it'll make them money, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah. But
and people still want to hear those songs, I guess.
But it's such a bastardized version. Like I'm sure it's close to it because they're all great musicians in their own right. But
at the end of the day, like a Frankenstein.
Yeah. I mean, it bums me out enough when like one member isn't on like a song, when you hear it live, and it's like, so it'd be even worse if it's all different members and just one of them.
Yeah. Saints of Estonia.
I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure.
Are they still a band?
I think so.
I'm just gonna look this up real quick.
Yeah, go for it. I might be wrong with the name. I can't because I never got into it, so I don't really. It's got to be that. I forgot what festival that was. I remember it was like one of the shittier ones. Dead Air.
Sorry. Oh, Estonia.
Yeah. Is it Saints of Estonia? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Saints.
I could be wrong with the first half of that.
I can't find the band. It's not taking me to any band.
Fuck, I wish I could remember the other members' names other than Mike Mushak.
Well, didn't he play guitar in Stained?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
He also did I think Voivod, right? Maybe?
Voivod?
Or no. Whatever Jason Newsted project there was.
Jason Newsted was in Voivod for a second.
And
was he in Echo Brain?
I think maybe that might have been what it was.
I
don't know. That's another one of those moments where you see a guy that, Stain came out in the nu metal era where that had a look to it. And it is a look that you would come to expect from the guitar player. Uh-huh. But then he joined Jason Newsted's band and tried to be more metal looking, and it just didn't look right.
Saint Estonia, and he was in Newsted.
Okay.
Saint Estonia.
Who else is in that band? I know it's 4 members, right?
Yeah.
And they're all from pretty big bands.
Let me see if I can find. I'm on their Wikipedia. Adam Gontier.
Who's that? Is that the vocalist?
He is Canadian singer-songwriter. He's a singer. But is best known as the former lead singer and rhythm guitarist of 3 Days Grace.
Which that band's still going, believe it or not.
Yeah. Sal Giancarelli plays drums.
What was he in?
And Cale Gontier. I don't know. It doesn't say.
Does his name have a link to it?
No, doesn't.
And he's not that cool.
Yeah. Saint Estonia had an album that came out last month.
Oh, there you
October 25th.
Still going strong.
I guess, yeah, man. Yeah, Mike Mushak is on it, so it was 171 on the Billboard 200. Good for them, Saint Estonia.
Crushing it.
Yeah. Man, I wonder if I would like Battlefront 2. I probably would. Is it like the old games at all?
Yeah, it's similar. It's but it looks great.
Yeah.
It's a good looking game.
Mm-hmm. It looks cool as fuck.
I don't think they still don't have the vehicle stuff though.
What is it? Oh,
I thought they remember the space battles.
Yeah, I thought they did have that.
Don't think it's
Battlefront
in there.
2. I saw a trailer where it was in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think there was.
Yeah, I just watched it the other day.
Huh. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. It would be cool. I agree. But sometimes the world isn't always cool. Or sometimes the world is too cool.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. But yeah, I just I don't know. See where life takes me and how I'm gonna find time to play and beat all these video games.
One day at a time, man.
Yeah. I just love video games. You know?
That's fair.
Yeah. What have you been playing?
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I tend to play one game at a time.
Good for you. What else have you played recently?
Titanfall, and I beat that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Titanfall 2. It was fun. I had a game in Far Cry 4 that I was playing for a while, and then I just stopped. That game got really repetitive after a while.
Yeah.
I was like, I get it. That's good. And the story just wasn't compelling enough for me to be like, I need to know how this ends. I don't even remember why the fuck I was there in the first place.
Far Cry 4?
Yeah, the way it starts out is so very abrupt and it throws you into this shit, and you're like, okay, I don't get it, but I'm gonna go try to kill a bunch of fucking badgers and skin them, I guess. I don't know. It just, it didn't hook me. And people, I think the third one I played front to back. It was a little more interesting with a story, but yeah, the fourth one I was like, I'm good. I had started a game in that one Kingdom of Amalur, which was a low key RPG that came out for Xbox and previous system. And I want to say it was Todd McFarlane, the guy that made Spawn.
Really?
Did some design work with the characters on that.
Oh, that's
which is pretty cool. Yeah. However, the game did not do well, and so
what's it called?
Kingdom of Amalur.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Pretty simple, RPG, kind of set. It's if Fable was more of a stripped down RPG kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminiscent of that. So if you liked Fable, you would like that, and Yeah,
I did like the first Fable. Yeah,
but for whatever reason, I haven't gone back to it in a while. But I feel like I could jump right back into it because it's not very difficult and the story isn't anything too crazy. So I was like, yeah, I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it.
Yeah, it's only for Xbox.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was an Xbox exclusive. I was playing NHL 19 for like a minute, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's another one where it's like, well, once you play like a game, you get the concept, and it's like, how many times can I play like a hockey game? Yeah. It's like, all right, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I guess if you like it, I used to like playing Madden.
I never really liked football games. Like, not so much anymore now. When I was a kid, I liked them.
Yeah.
But they were horrible back then, but.
They were.
Yeah, like old school, like Nintendo and Sega, like any sports games are so rough. Although I will say NHL 94 is like still the shit. I don't care what anyone says. Best hockey game ever.
NHL 94?
Yep. Hell yeah.
I believe you.
I'm surprised. Do you play any sports games? Would you play sports games?
I'd play like a football game if I could,
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Because you're not even like a football guy, right?
No, I don't like sports, period. But like sports games are kind of fun to play. Like I loved playing NBA Jam.
Yeah, that's more comical. But I mean like a real like almost simulation-esque
like NHL, like NFL Blitz.
No, which that's a great game. I play that all the time.
I like that game.
But like, and any of the EAs.
Yeah, I liked the old man games for like GameCube and Xbox and that shit. Yeah, that era I liked for sure.
I mean, now like they look better than ever, which is like, at least to me, that's the appeal of sports games. Like they look so fucking good now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Yeah, if I had to rank them, it'd be like hockey games. Probably baseball.
Okay.
Basketball and then football and then any other random ass sport that in some regards may not be considered a sport.
Yeah, I haven't played a baseball game in a while.
Oh, I guess soccer would be in there too.
Soccer, yeah. I know a lot
I
of
would
people
do soccer over football.
Really?
Yeah. I liked soccer growing up.
Yeah, I don't like soccer games though.
They're fun.
I've tried them. It's just I'm not good at them.
I used to play one for like 64, like all the FIFA
64.
Whatever year
FIFA
it was.
64?
I don't think it was. I think it had the year in it because it's EA games. They always do the year.
Yeah. Star Wars Battlefront 99. Star Wars Battlefront 2006.
So what else you got? What's new? What's exciting?
I'm trying to think, man.
Anything good at work that you can tell?
No.
No.
Nothing exciting there. I got you that bass rig.
Yes. I actually might be knocking on your door about some other gear.
Really?
Yeah. I always buy a guitar every year. And so it's getting to that time. I want to get another one. Still shooting around some ideas of what I would.
What were you thinking of?
Well, I always have like a couple on my radar that I always want to grab, like a Jackson RR1, like a V for some reason. I just love those.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd actually ever play it live, but I just like it. I don't know why. Okay. It's one of those like iconic ones. I don't care what Max says. I still kind of want to get a comparison guitar.
Oh, what did Max say?
He just didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand his reasoning behind it, and I respect it, but I would still. I would still buy one just because like that was a guitar company that I remember growing up and seeing a lot of guitar players that I liked playing them. I'm like, fuck, there's got to be something cool about them, right? Like,
oh yeah, I remember this melodic.
Kill Switch was like one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, this melodic death metal band I used to like called The Absence. They used to play comparisons. Yeah,
something cool about it. It just reminds me because I still am an Ibanez guy, I guess, but like they kind of remind me of like the Ibanez like
style.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, it's like that shredderishness to it that is cool and like. The only problem with that brand is like their finish is fucking blow.
I don't know if we sell comparisons.
I don't think so.
Or maybe we sell that Jackson.
You definitely sell Jackson. That's a huge company.
What else were you looking at?
The one I want to ask you about actually is a Fender Strat.
Really?
Yeah.
You look nervous saying that.
No. Oh, it's just like you wouldn't expect it from a guy like me. But I also play a telly like.
Yeah, I would expect it. I don't know.
And I'm 35, so it's like you're at that. I'm at that age now where like, you have to have a Strat. You play guitar, you have to have a Strat, and you're like mid 30s.
Yeah.
But no, and part of the inspiration is, and Call me dumb if you will, but like Wayne's World is like one of my favorite movies, and like that guitar that he wants, Excalibur. I don't want that one specifically. That's like a $10,000+ guitar now or whatever, like an actual 1964 Fender Stratocaster. But I always wanted a white Stratocaster, and like I was like, man, it'd be awesome.
Sick.
And one of the brand, like one of the, one of the, because like any guitar company, they have different like tiers to their
Strats.
Scratch the fucking table. No.
I know there's like 18 versions of the Strats.
Right. And so the last few years they had this version called like the Elite series.
Okay.
Which is cool because they kind of like modernized like their Tellys, their Strats, and I think the Jazzmaster too, with a lot of features. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's something I would definitely, if I had a Strat, I would like fix it and make it do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. And so I was kicking around looking for one of these Fender Elites because you can get a pretty good deal on them used. Like, I don't care about buying new. Used is like the best way to go because it's cheap. It's already beat up. But you're
knocking on my door, huh?
Well, because I was looking it up and I forgot why, but I wanted to go on the Fender website and just check out like something about the Elites, and I couldn't find it. I was like, what the fuck's going on? That model is discontinued. So now they have the new Ultras. And I looked at the specs. I'm like, fuck, that's even better than the Elites. Of course.
Yeah.
Like they know what they're doing over there. So, but that came out this year.
Do we sell those?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want an all white one?
All white with the rosewood neck. Yeah.
You got it.
You got it, buddy.
For free.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, they're not cheap guitars though, that's for sure. But like,
sorry for that burp. Ugh, why did I fucking do that?
It's because
I'm high, dude, and I'm not paying attention, and I'm just I am that.
but yeah, like it's funny because like the Ultra I think is like essentially like the step below you start getting into like custom shop stuff, which is unbelievably expensive and unreasonably expensive because they get the road worn ones. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I don't like. Yeah. What's your thought on it? As somebody that's not a guitar player,
of the
what are your
worn
thoughts?
Guitars,
like any company that does that,
$4,000,
right? Where they do that, where they like they beat it up before you even get it, and it's brand new technically.
I think it looks dumb as fuck, and it's tacky as shit, and it's just stupid. I don't know. It's like if you had all the money in the world and you wanted a guitar like that, yeah, okay. But like, I don't understand the appeal of it otherwise. So you could lie to people and be like, "I've had this thing
since the 70s, man."
1964.
And then you also get into the realm of the VOS stuff, like vintage original spec.
Okay.
And that is like, I don't know, why would you want to spend $5,000 on a guitar that sold for like probably like $500? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, it's the original spec. It's like, no, I want the updated newer version.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't think there's anything. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's a Fender Strat. Like, they have to bank on marketing that to old school players, you know, to a certain degree.
Yeah,
so,
just like Gibson.
Yeah, so I can't imagine that it's that drastic of a difference, like an insanely drastic difference.
No, once you get into custom shop stuff, like, no. I mean, what's nice about, even then, you don't even get like your choice of like colors. Like, it's very limited still.
Yeah.
Unless you go like legit custom shop. But then that amount of money you're spending on it, forget it.
Yeah.
And like, I'm in no position. I'm in no position to pay for something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Even if I was, I don't even know if I'd be like,
I don't know.
I'll throw 10 grand on a guitar. That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money you have. That's insane.
It's insane to me because I feel like those guitars are so basic, and like you see these guys getting Kiesels and Strandbergs and fucking, you know, and it's like they're not paying that much money, and I'm like, you're probably getting a better product out of these guys. But
yes and no, but I agree with you that the idea behind like a Fender, more specifically Fender, is like they were meant to be built super easily and like cheap and effective, you know, like, and so to throw a $1,000+ price tag on is a little, absurd if you really think about it. The original concept, but they're banking on the name, you know.
That's exactly what it is. You're paying for the name,
and the quality is still good, for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna get a Fender, but like if you paint it on a different name,
would you know much of a difference, right?
You know what I mean.
And then, of course, people always argue with the whole American made, Indonesian made, and all that stuff.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, sounds. Dude, that was like half the calls I would get.
What?
Where's this guitar made? Where was this one made? Is this made in Covina,
California? In Mexico? I don't want this made in Mexico.
Yeah. I'm looking for.
And then people even like
stripe.
fight over that. Yeah, they'll be like, it has to be a Mexican stripe. No, it has to be like this one. This one. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't mind playing those. Like, I'm not gonna turn my nose up to.
Yeah,
oh, it's made in
I
Mexico.
probably wouldn't even know the difference.
You probably wouldn't. Yeah,
No.
yeah. No. I think you might be able to tell sometimes.
By playing?
If you had them side by side and you didn't know which one was which, I'm sure you could pick it out. But if you went in cold and grabbed like any one of them, you probably couldn't tell. Like,
no.
Without, like it just gave you one and you didn't compare it.
What is the biggest difference, would you say?
It's the biggest difference usually with those is the neck. It's the fretboard.
The size or the feel? Or?
The feel. Yeah. You can tell right away. So with like the cheaper ones, the frets are like sharp.
Okay.
When you bring your hand up and down. It's not going to get your fucking hand cut, but you'll notice, it's not as smooth as something like the more expensive ones are.
Yeah.
But even nowadays, companies are getting better with it. Like the biggest one being Paul Reed Smith is no matter, even if their guitar is made in Indonesia or wherever the fuck they're getting made, they still go to Maryland to the headquarters and they go through a quality check and a setup. So like they go through and they fix all the frets and whatnot.
Yeah.
To some degree, maybe. I don't know to what extent. You know? But then again, it's like your name's on the line, so you would think like fix whatever you got to fix.
Well, I remember there was some dude who ordered a Fender from Zounds, and like he said the frets were so sharp he cut his finger on one.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't understand even how that would work. So the frets, the metal pieces.
Yeah.
And then it just sticks out too far.
Because when you're putting in
sharp enough to like.
Because when you're putting in frets, it's a long wire. You put the wire in and you just snip off the ends.
Oh.
Now, most companies that aren't paying much, they just snip off the end, maybe sand it down a little bit, and then just chip it out. That's where you could potentially get like a really sharp fret. Once you start getting the more expensive ones, they roll the edges a little bit more, so it's smooth, and then you shouldn't feel it. You know, like I have a Fender that my Telecaster, you can kind of like if you slide your hand up, you can feel like the bump of each fret.
Is it a Mexican Tele?
No, it's an American made one, but it's just like their cheapest one possible. They were called like Highway 1. It was a series that they made for a while.
Yeah.
Which was essentially American made, but with cheap components.
Okay.
Which to me is not a problem. I can switch all that out.
Yeah.
Which is what I did.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's nice. But yeah, like if I was inclined to, I could work on that neck and fix up those frets if I wanted to. But I don't care. It doesn't bother me. My hand doesn't get cut. It doesn't hurt my hand. I'm not that much of a fucking sissy. It doesn't fret out. It doesn't like do anything shitty. It plays as good as ever. And most people love that guitar. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting how that works and the price points and where you're getting stuff from. And it's funny that, you get shit from that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Wherever it's coming from.
Cool.
But it's just funny because, like people will take pride in the fact that it's like, oh, this is American made. It's like, oh, yeah, you just spent like a shitload of money for somebody to do just as much work as they would in like Indonesia sometimes. Because the only reason why those are so cheap over there is because those people are getting paid like 10 cents a fucking year.
Yeah.
And then here in America, we have standards that you have to pay people a living fucking wage. So right there, your price point skyrockets because they're covering the cost of the people working on it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the craftsmanship in it, but the people working on it have to get paid.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. It's all interesting to me.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
the whole world, that whole industry.
Business,
Yeah.
But, we were talking to Ed how he got that one G&L bass. It was an American made one. He got it for less than $1,000. So put things in perspective, like finding any USA made guitar under $1,000 is like pretty unheard of. More often than not, you're definitely gonna pay $1,000 plus.
Yeah, even for used.
Yeah. Just because like the American made thing is it's another name almost. It's not so much a quality thing; it's a name. You know, to say, oh, it was American made, so it's got to be good, right? Not really. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the guy working on that day had a really bad hangover and half-assed his job. You never fucking know.
Or maybe it's Franco.
Yeah. That fucking guy.
Yeah. Botching up your guitars one by one.
He's too busy axe throwing right now to work on guitars.
Yeah. Probably.
Axe throwing and not practicing.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Phil Jarda put out a new song. So fucking sick.
I don't think so, but go on.
It's so good, dude. It's like the sickest metal song I've heard in like this whole year. It is. It's so sick,
Is it just
dude.
a single? There's no album out yet?
They did an album announcement with the single.
Oh, okay. But, when's that coming out?
There's no definite date, but 2020.
Oh.
Like beginning of 2020, I believe. But yeah, I loved that band a lot when their first album came out.
Not so much anymore, or what?
Well, I mean, they did that album that was phenomenal. Then they did an EP after that, which was really good, and they haven't done anything for 7 years.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
So this is their first song back.
What was the hiatus about?
I don't know. It never really went public or anything. I mean, from what it looked like on the outside, it was just like some dudes left, and they got some different dudes. I don't know. I guess they just didn't tour as much. And they just kind of slowed down.
Where's that band from?
Sweden.
Oh,
yeah.
A couple of Swedes. Eh?
Yeah. They're very fucking sick, though. Now, they used to have 2 vocalists, which sometimes I think is kind of absurd. But
if done in the right way, it's not
they
so
didn't do it the right way. But now they have one guy.
They didn't do it the right way?
Yeah,
oh, really?
And they kind of sounded the same.
Wait, did they start with 2 singers?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had 2 singers. So Viljarda used to be like the super gent band. Like
that's kind of the idea I had.
Yeah.
I remember hearing the name.
They used to be like that, and
doesn't sound like it from that single what you showed me.
Yeah, no, not anymore. I mean, kind of a little bit maybe, but like
you could tell they listened to that shit.
Yeah. But they used to have a singer, like a singer, and then a dude that would scream.
Okay.
But then they kicked out the singer, and they got another dude that basically just screamed, and he did a little bit of singing. There wasn't a lot, but
so what do they do live
now?
Yeah,
I have
like
no
parts,
fucking clue.
Oh,
I have not, because they've only played like 2 shows since then. So like they're not like a full-time band by any means, I don't think, anymore.
It always like intrigues me when a band has like the clean vocalist, and then if that guy fucking goes, then what do they do? You know?
Yeah. Well, thankfully, most of the guy that stayed was the guy that did the clean vocals this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool, but yeah, I mean, it's a sick song. I think it's really good.
But
and I'm really pumped for that new record. I think it's going to be cool. Speaking of bands with 2 vocalists, Despised Icon put out a record on Friday.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Did you listen to it?
Yeah, I did. And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's they did their last comeback record a few years ago. And,
I remember trying to listen to that. And I was like,
I didn't like it. Yeah, I did not like it. It was cheesy and like, I don't know.
You had a good point where like it was like this like Despised Icon is back. Like kind of like
that
weird.
was the whole vibe to it. It was like, and that's why I didn't like it. Kind of. And I don't know. I didn't think the songs were that catchy, but there's some good songs on this new one. It's still not their best work by any means, and like they sound old and tired, and they sound like just they suffer from that syndrome. And here I am being an asshole about like criticizing music, but I feel like there's bands that have this syndrome where it's like they sound like they're just trying to recreate themselves. They sound like a band trying to sound like their own band.
I know. Yeah.
Like Despised Icon sounds like a deathcore band that's trying to be Despised Icon. It doesn't feel like
it's not quite hitting.
Yeah. I'm like, there's no MVP on here, or like, you know, Ills of Modern Man shit.
They shot themselves in the foot releasing MVP.
Yeah.
Today that song is still so fucking good.
Yeah, dude.
It's a great metal song.
They did shoot themselves in the foot. But,
that they set that bar way too high.
I mean, maybe it would have been different if they actually made another record consecutively after that one. Maybe they would have come up with some sick shit.
Not as rusty.
Yeah, you know, not as like, oh, here we go, coming back. They tried to make like an MVP sequel on the last record.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad. It was called Grind Forever. It was not good.
It did not grind forever.
No.
It grind for like a minute.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough.
And the fact that it was called Beast, it was just like, okay. The new album's called Purgatory, which isn't much better, but
it seems in line with the band, though.
Yeah. I'm pumped for Beneath the Massacre's return the most.
Should be cool.
Yeah.
I never other than that song, Nevermore.
Yeah.
I really don't care about anything else they have bands. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Like I won't take that away from them. They're amazing musicians. The vocalist is like a fucking beast. Like,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm hoping our new segment will reinvigorate death metal for me, but we'll see, because I just have not been listening to it at all. I listened to Car Bomb again the other day, just 'cause I had time to kill.
The new one?
Yeah, because we were talking about it, and there's so many moments that my ear like perks up. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but then like thinking about it today, I don't remember a single fucking part.
I like the last album more. I do like the new one, but
it's not bad. I think if you're a Car Bomb fan,
which I am, I do like the
then
new
you'll
record,
like it, you know. But there's something like not as catchy about it as the previous album was. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird, but I kind of like that, because I think they could have gone in more of a direction that was maybe more catchy and accessible. But I'm glad they're still.
They're still kind of sticking it to the man with like, look how weird we can get.
Song. Yeah. Which I'm about.
Which is great.
Like
it's impressive. Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. It's something about it. It's just not as memorable.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll have to try it again. I don't know. I finally just started re-listening to music again. Like, because at work I never do. I always I put on the TV, have it in the background, and just don't give a shit. Or I was for a while just listening to stand-up, and I haven't done that in a while, because I usually just watch it at home on Netflix. It's easier, helps me sleep. But yeah, like, I don't know. I would try to put on stuff at work, and I'm like, no, skip it. Nah, I don't want to listen to this. Nah, this is too much of an effort. I'm like, ugh. So I would just kind of shut it all off. But no, I think I was telling you that I recently watched on like Krang or whatever, the YouTube channel where they do the In the Pit stuff. And I've like glanced at a couple of those, if it's a band that I know. One of which, I don't know why I watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why. Because I watched like one of those rig rundowns, and it was the dude from Knocked Loose, which is a band that I know of, but know shit about. I know they're like a hardcore band. Like, that's the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah.
And and like the rig rundown was interesting. The guy was pretty cool, pretty knowledgeable about what he was doing. Nothing crazy, but it was just his concept of like what they were doing was cool. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, like, you know, that's a springboard. We'll check it out. So I watched the Krang video
of Knocked Loose.
Mm-hmm. And it's cool. Like, it's that fun, like, hardcore, high energy show, which is great. But I wasn't like really into it all that much. And one thing that cracked me up was somebody left a comment that said like, the singer sounds like pissed off Mickey Mouse. And I was like, oh man, that's it. He does, like, all the time, like, always sounds like that. I'm like, yep, I can't not unhear that. I was like, Knocked Loose is dead to me now.
That's funny. Dude, that band is huge.
They're massive.
Right now.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan either.
I think it's cool. Like, I've never been a huge fan of the hardcore thing, but I do enjoy that. Like I said, the higher energy of it in the shows, like how fucking crazy people get with that. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. Not my world, but it's awesome that that is a thing, you know? But going back, there was a few other ones that I watched. Even the Daughters one, I never even made it through. Like, I was just like, it's not as fun watching those guys in a video. It's really, you have to be there. Plus, they played pretty much the whole new album, and I'm still not quite sold on. So I was like,
oh, okay.
I don't need
you
to
don't
see
like
this.
it?
I don't hate it, but I don't know. I haven't re-listened to it since it came out.
A lot of Zounds guys.
Everybody
Daughters.
loves that album.
Yeah.
It was like the biggest album this year, apparently. And
yeah.
It's cool. I'm glad.
That came out this year?
I think so, right?
I don't know.
The beginning of the year.
Yeah. I couldn't. I thought for some reason it might have been last year, but.
Yeah, and they sold out Bottom Lounge. That's impressive for that band. Like,
did you go to that show?
Yeah, that's probably the last time I'll ever see them live.
Whoa.
I don't know. I just the crowd that's the crowd of as I think I was telling Eddie's girlfriend Alyssa. I was like, look around. There's a lot of mustache wax and a lot of guys that ride unicycles to work. I guarantee it. Like that crowd, you know. So I'm like, yeah, this is dead to me now. It's now on the cool kids radar, so I'm out. Like, like I don't fit in with that crowd. I have the beard. I guess that helps.
Yeah, I mean, you can still go to the show, but yeah, I hear you. Sometimes it does suck.
Nah, it's not as fun for me. But so yeah, I would like try to check out these videos, and I couldn't make it through. Fucking Refused dropped one, and
you like that, right?
I couldn't turn it off.
Yeah.
It was so fucking good. It was cool to hear live versions of the old songs, and then the new songs that they picked were really fucking good and super catchy.
Hell yeah.
And it was cool. Because I never listened to the album, their comeback album, because right away Tom was like, "This sucks." I was like, "All right, if he says it sucks, then it probably sucks." I still haven't listened to it. But then they played a couple songs of this new one that just came out, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this is awesome!" Still different than the old Refused stuff, but really cool, real catchy. And I ended up listening to that album recently. I was like, "Oh, it's front to back, it's great."
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah,
where are they from?
Sweden.
Damn.
Yeah. And but it was funny. It was like in that video they did the like the little pit or whatever they call it in Krang. So it's a room of 50 people. That's it.
Yeah.
And they played that. And it's funny because the singer was like, "Yeah, we've been around since the 90s, and we did shows like this where it's like rooms this big, and usually it was in front of like maybe 10, 20 people." And he's like, "And half of them have their backs to us." He's like, "So this is kind of cool to do this here with all of you having a good time."
Yeah, that is sick, dude.
So it was funny to hear that, and like,
yeah.
And then I ended up reading about on their like Wikipedia, like how, the album came out, Shape of Punk to Come, nobody gave a fuck.
Uh-huh.
It did not it tanked. Didn't
blew
sell
up
shit.
Afterward.
Well afterward, yeah. Here's a little credit. I bought that album when it first came out.
Damn, sick.
Hated it.
Really?
And, yeah, I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. Because at that point, that was the height of like nu metal. And so this shit was so different from that, in every regard, like look, feel, sound, everything. So like that song New Noise was awesome, but then
I've never heard the record before.
It's cool, man. Like it makes more sense now. And that's why I think it's as popular as it is, because it really kind of was like ahead of its time with what they were doing.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was just so fucking different than what was huge there.
Sure.
Nobody gave a shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
So it was like I forgot what it said in Wikipedia, but it was like years later. And I don't know what started that, but years later, the album sold like 28,000 copies. And then the next year sold even more. It was like 30-something thousand.
That's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like that can't happen that often where a band drops an album, disappears all of a sudden. Yeah. And then because of that, they reformed. And then they dropped an album, which I still haven't listened to. And then this new one, which has been good.
Yeah, I gotta check them out. I will. Didn't Rivers of Nile do one of those Krang videos? Pretty sure they did.
At St. Vitus.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was another one I couldn't make it all the way through, but I watched.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I don't really like watching bands live that much. I watched some Vitriol videos from like a fan that filled them.
Yeah, see, those are so disappointing.
Yeah, but I like
the
it.
Krang ones are great because
cool.
that's what's his name, Will Putney, that mixes and masters them.
Oh, he does.
Mm-hmm. So they sound really fucking good. Like everybody on there always sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Which that aspect is fun to watch and listen.
Yeah,
but it is. You're watching a band on a TV is just not the same. It never is, unless something really fucked up happens in the video, it's hard to watch those. But yeah, I don't know. I've watched the Refused one twice already.
Dude, have you ever gone down any of those rabbit holes of like earwax extraction videos or like pimple popping videos?
Oh, that stuff grosses
I love those videos, dude.
Yeah, I like fail videos. That's it, but not the gross
fail
ones.
videos. Yeah, fail videos. Oh, I like skate injury videos. Yeah. Those are
just people doing dumb shit in general. People that don't know physics in general.
There's one time I was like, I was still living in Elmwood Park. And I was like watching these videos, and every single one I was going like, oh, like, oh my God, like, and I would tense up, and like my dad was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, look at these videos.
These idiots.
Yeah. It's just like some dude snaps his fucking arm off.
Those I can't do. Like when people get something broken.
Oh, I love those.
Watch those.
Yeah, I like watching them. I mean, it's scary and it sucks. And it's like
terrifying.
Some dude wakes up and his leg is facing the wrong way. And it's just like, oh! And you just see how it happened. And it gives you this brief glimpse into the portrait of how fragile the human body is. And you just see this dude's fucking arm where his leg is at. Right. It's just like, oh, that can happen pretty easily.
That guy's not going to be right in the same anytime
Dude, people
soon.
just do that shit by falling down.
Right.
Like,
and these people are taking their own lives in their own hands.
Dude, do you believe in gravity? It exists.
Dude, I always say that. I'm like, man, like if anybody in these videos just took like a intro physics class, they would not be doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's scary. I wonder if that's the initial thrill of like skating is like, hey, I don't want to bust my shit. You know,
I would
so
think
it's kind
to
of
some
a
degree.
thrill to get close to doing it.
Plus, it's a way to get around real fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But some people, I just don't get their logic behind some of the stuff that they do. Or like, well, if I just jump across this thing, like onto this flimsy ass thing, it's like, it's going to work, right? And it's like, no. What part of you thinks that's going to work? I do miss seeing the hoverboard videos.
Yeah.
When those were big and everybody's just eating shit.
Dude. That was the best. Someone would smack the back of their head. And it's just
yeah. Or just like fall into shit, shoot the thing off into something.
Yeah.
I miss that. Those kind of died down over the years. Or over the year, I think, right?
Yeah, it was around those things were around for a few years.
Were they?
Hoverboards, yeah.
Segways, those are fun to watch people fail on those.
I like watching public freakout compilations. Like
I need to watch those. Yeah, I haven't, like, it's not on my YouTube radar, so I always forget about it.
I watch them at work. It's fun. Passes the time.
Watching people be total
freakouts.
Pieces of shit in public.
Yeah. It's usually like customers, you know, at like anywhere. And it's just like, guys, like, do you realize you're the worst people in the fucking world right now? Like,
I don't think they do sometimes. And like, it's weird because they always have those on like the Segura podcast and stuff like that, where like, it's like, why would you say and do these things? Especially when like you see somebody that's clearly like in your face with a cell phone, like recording it. Like, why would you continue being a piece of shit? Like, that's there forever for the world to see and judge you on, you know, harshly, regardless of what you do in your spare time.
Well, the funny part is, like,
you know,
it's usually like these other people are on their phones filming them. Like, customers are filming the employees.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, for sure. But I'm saying like the ones where like it's blatantly obvious that they're getting recorded. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that's how you want to represent yourself? Like, cool. Or is it like I'm already so far in the hole that fuck it, I'm gonna keep going? Like, I don't know. What drives a person to be like that? Like,
I don't know.
To be like that in general without a fucking camera in front of you, but still to keep doing it with a camera in front of you.
Yeah. Not a fan. Luckily, I don't see it a lot in real life.
I mean, you got kind of like calls like that, right? A little bit of people freaking out at you at work and stuff.
Yeah, but like,
but not that crazy. I would
no,
think.
not.
Plus,
like
there's
that
a disconnect that you're not physically in front of each other.
Exactly, which is the best physical disconnect.
Because you could just be like, yeah. Have you ever done that? Have you ever, like when you're in customers, you were like, "Fuck this, not worth it."
Yeah, a couple times.
Really? What did they do or say?
Oh, if they curse at us, we could do that. Otherwise, I would just do it out of frustration because this dude wouldn't like people wouldn't listen to me. We're not supposed to, but I've done it.
Right. Yeah, I know. Well, it's customer service. You gotta
you know what I mean? And like
take the lashing as much as you can.
I do, and then part of me is just like, no. I'm like, sir, if you're gonna act like a 2-year-old,
right,
we're good. I called some dude childish over the phone not too long.
Really?
Well, he was just like, you know, what happened? It was like, I don't know if I called him childish, but it was just kind of like
immature, maybe.
Yeah, it was like you're like constantly talking over me and not listening to any of the shit I have to say, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. Yeah, what it was is this guy was frustrated because there was a lot of things going on that he didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but he also kind of shot himself in the... So I'll give you a little brief glimpse. This dude...
I just want you to notice that as you talk, I'm not going to be falling asleep. So go on.
There's this dude... what's his face?
Gert Beefrobe.
Yeah, we'll call him that. I don't remember the guy's name, but essentially he had placed an order with his wife's card and
unbeknownst to her.
Yeah, so what he does is what he was doing is like, I guess unbeknownst to her. Cuz like and what he was doing was he was making the payments on his own card before our auto system could take him out every month. So like she wasn't seeing it. But
then so he used hers as the credit line, but then
he forgot 2 payments to do that for, and his wife called us and was just like, what the fuck is this? I never placed an order, blah blah blah. And we're like, yeah, you did, blah blah blah. We came to the realization it was her husband.
Right.
She was like, all right, I'll talk to him about it. But instead of her doing that, she went to her bank and basically disputed the charges. So what that is, when customers do that, it fucks up our payment table system and it fucks up the way they see it because it'll look like that they paid it, but technically we don't have the money because the bank takes it back. And so we call it a bill fail at Zounds.
Oh, so that's the name of my autobiography. But go on.
Bill fail. Bill fail. So Bill
coming out 2020, guys.
Yeah. So man, I'm sorry I'm so tired today, man. It's because I got home at like 4 in the morning.
And like you were like, if we do it too early, then I'm tired. If we do it too late, then I'm tired. It's like, dude, you're always tired.
No, I like doing it too late because I'm not tired. I'm like awake.
You're kind of tired in the late night. You're always tired. Go on.
But I got home.
Yeah, we even talk about that.
Huh. Oh, Gabe?
Your night. Yeah, your night. We got to talk about that.
We'll do it after this. So, yeah, this dude, it was a really shitty situation. So I had to explain it to him that like, yo, dude, you still owe for these 2 months because that money went back. And like, he was like, how did that happen? I'm like, well, your wife's card was on file. And I was like, maybe you want to talk to her about it. And
so she claimed it as like fraud?
Yeah, but she's in a coma. So yeah, after the fact, like
pushed her downstairs.
I was like, no, I don't know.
He definitely pushed her downstairs.
But I told him
she knows.
I was like, this was in your wife's name, and her card was charged on a couple of these payments because you never, if he had just there's literally one option you could select
auto pay from
to keep
card, right?
save your card on file or just use it for this payment only. But he was always using it for one payment only because customers read that and they think, oh, am I just paying for all the payments now? I don't want to do that. I just want to pay one payment. It's like, that's not what it's asking. Do you want to save this card for the rest of your plan? Right. Or do you want, but nobody's taking the fucking time to figure it out. And
stupid.
Yeah. So essentially this dude was super pissed because he was like, well, like, this is not right, blah, blah, blah. And then I like I was just like, dude, it's not our fault. You know what I mean? It's not our fault that like you didn't upkeep with this. And it's not our fault that like,
was he blaming you guys?
Yeah, he was. He was just he was an older dude, so he was frustrated and pissed off, and
his wife's in a coma.
It was hard for him to understand because I was like, maybe you should talk to her about it, like. Because she disputed that charge, and he was like, I can't. Coma. She's been in a coma. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Fucking crazy.
It was nuts. So I was just like, that sucks, man.
And that's like,
yeah.
What was your reaction to that? Just like, oh fuck, sorry.
No, I just told him, I was like, listen, I'm sorry, sir. Like, I had no idea.
Right? Yeah.
And he didn't make it sound like I insulted him or anything. He was like,
I mean, it's not like you should know.
He was like, unfortunately, I can't. He was like, I wonder why she would do that. And I was like, sir, and like, I literally saw because there's notations on the order of her like calling in and being like, why is there this charge on my card? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, there's so many fucking families that do shit like that.
Is what put her in a coma.
Maybe.
It's like, I can't believe you did.
I forget what it was for, but like.
Did he tell you?
What?
Why she was in a coma?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't remember what the order was.
Oh,
like what the
gotcha.
Were. Yeah,
okay. Jesus.
He never told me what the reason was.
Divulging that much information.
No, it was like a half-hour conversation, though, like 45 minutes. Yeah, it was long. But he finally understood everything towards the end, and he apologized for yelling at me and all kinds of shit. It was really nice of him. And I was like, dude, our system sucks. Unfortunately, it does this, and our pay table can't reflect any bill fails. But, like, it's a real thing. You know what I mean? Like, people can dispute charges, and, the companies don't have the money then. So it's kind of fucked up to a certain degree, but I wish she would have handled that better. Cause I was kind of I'm sure cause our job in accounts is like, we do whatever we can to make sure bill fails don't happen.
Gotcha.
So we don't want bill fails. We don't want to do refunds. Cause if we do refunds on payments, those also create bill fails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only time it doesn't is if it's refunded like for a full return with our returns department. But like if we refund a payment, like I used to go out of my, I rarely ever have to do this anymore. But like when I was taking customer calls, like I would have to go out of my way and be like, listen, dude, instead of refunding you this because you fucked up your card shit, like, well, technically if they fucked up their card stuff, like they didn't save the right one on file or like, cause some customers are insane and make like 3 payments a month, like sub payments, and like get super confused between all their cards that they use. And like, they'll have the wrong one. They'll be like, yeah, I forgot to switch it out. And I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. I can't refund you. Like our system, it's already deposited. Sorry, but, what was I? losing it. There's a circumstance where, we can refund them, but
you try your best not to.
Because it's just like it'll fuck up the whole thing, So what I'll do is I'll be like, hey, instead of refunding you for this, I'll just delay your payment another month back, to try to get them to go. And usually they're down with that, and but
that's good.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a little insight, but
because like going back to what you're saying about how like the dude flipped on you and then you called him childish or whatever you said, I am a firm believer, maybe because I try to be nice to anybody.
I remember how it got there and how I called him childish.
How?
Because he was like, well, why didn't you guys tell me about this when it happened? Because these were payments from like April and May.
Okay.
And I was like, we emailed you like 7 times. We email customers instantly if we can't get a payment, and we email them instantly when there's a bill fail. Like our system is set up to do that. And he was like, well, I don't read my emails. And I was like, sir, that's like honestly childish. If you really expect like us to have to go above and beyond just to communicate to you. Right. Like, this is I have to explain to people. I'm like, this is an online retailer. And like, sometimes a lot of customers, like he's not the first guy that's been like, I never check my emails, but like, usually it's the customers that call in and place orders over the phone.
Okay.
It's usually
because
you could tell they're not technologically apt.
Yeah.
But like this dude placed his order online and I was like, dude, read your I was like, I can't help it that you don't read your emails, but you should.
I can't just come to your house and start reading emails out
loud. And it was just, and he got like kind of pissed and he said I was being rude to him and I was like, sorry, sir, I'm just trying to explain it to you, but you keep talking over me and I can't fucking get a word in. If you want to keep going like this, what's the point of this conversation?
Right. What are we doing here?
Do you want to get help? Because I'm just trying to help you, man. It's because it's like these concepts are not that hard to grasp. And it's just
you would think.
Yeah, you would think that. But it's just like some people just want to get frustrated to no end. And it's just like, you got to realize like you're talking to another human here. Like you're talking to another person.
Right.
Yeah. And it's
like,
just like,
who's in the same shit as you, man? Like we're all in this together. Like why?
Like, would you want somebody talking to you like this if you were doing this job?
See, that's why like whenever I'm anywhere, it's always please and thank you. And like whenever somebody's providing any sort of service, I don't give a shit what it is. If they're an artist or some dude making a shitty sandwich for me, I'm going to be as nice as I can to you, like even if you give me a shitty attitude, I'm still going to be like nice. Like I'm not going to like turn it back on you unless you go out of your way. But I for one think like, cause the whole, we've grown up with the customer's always right. Fucking fuck that. No.
Yeah,
I think
completely wrong.
Anybody that's providing a service should, if anything, have the power to be like, fuck you, you're an asshole. Like should be able to do that. Easily.
We do that sounds. It's
good.
Go through a
I think everybody should do that. I think the kid at McDonald's should do that. Like everybody should do that.
Yeah, we ban customers.
Good. That's the thing. Everybody should do that, man. I think it would set people straight a lot more because then you get those fucking public freakouts.
Yeah.
Because they think they're justified. Like, like it makes no sense. And I just don't understand how anybody could walk through life like that and just be like a piece of shit. Like, with or without the camera on, It's like,
people do it all the time, like,
and then people take it, like, and that sucks. And it's like, fuck, dude. Like, come on, man. You're going to be yelling at somebody who's making minimum wage, like, trying to make ends meet. Like, you think this is, like, the ideal, like, life for them? Like, fuck that and fuck you. Like, but that's why I think anybody should be able to turn around and just be like, no, go fuck yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Say whatever the fuck you want. Get the fuck out. Like every time. Like, fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, we can't. With the accounts team, though, we do have a little bit more power as far as what we can say to customers. And it's like, that's awesome. Kind of fun in a way. I mean, I don't mean to say that in like a fucked up way, but it's like,
no,
sometimes it's kind
but you're the kind of person that wouldn't take advantage.
Never.
Of
no, like I usually always let customers slide on shit, like, because I understand what it's like to not have a lot of money and like you got to move some payments around. Shit comes up and like,
you understand.
Some dudes I work with, I feel like get a little malicious with it, and it's just like, dude, chill out, like they're on like a witch hunt kind of like type thing. Yeah, it's weird, and I'm just like, I'll help this guy out. I'd rather help him and make his day better than like shit on him for some money that's not even personal. You know what I mean? It's just like.
It's not like they're taking money. I mean, I guess they are kind of taking money out of your pocket, but like a fraction of a penny probably in the grand scheme of things. So it's like, why have that approach? Yeah. Exactly. Like, why can't everybody just be cool? Like, there's plenty of things out of our control that go wrong to shit up your day. And that's enough.
Yes.
But to have somebody else shit it up like on purpose, you know, or like indirectly, but like because of them. It's like, come on, man, you don't need that. You don't want that. Why would you do that to somebody else? Like, come on.
Yep. And it's just funny because a lot of customers find out like the hard way, more or less, when they owe money. Like, because like customers, our system is rigged. So if you place a new order with us, if you owe us any money on any other order that's past due, like it's automatically canceled.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, but we go above and beyond that. Like we tie households together. So it's like, if this person's like wife bought something and never paid it and he's trying to buy something, nope, she's got to pay it off.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's good.
A lot of dudes get pissed about that too, but it's just like, yeah, it's a security measure, guys. Like we need money and like
sorry, but
yeah, if you want to make
can't be trusted.
Yeah, clearly we gave you a chance and you fucked it up. Like,
got to bring back the old school, like the bookies that, you know, beat the shit out of you for being a deadbeat. Yeah. And nobody would be late on their payments.
Yeah, for real, dude.
Even then, people were late on their payment. I guess it didn't totally matter. Yeah. It's like, why are you missing a finger? I forgot to pay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm always trying to help people though, you know. And
yeah, I mean, I figured you are the kind of person that's like that for sure.
Yeah,
like, you wouldn't want to like.
Some people are like, don't delay this guy anymore, and I'm like, nah, I'm doing it. Like, why? Because then he's just going to be in the red and owe us money. It's like either way, we still need to get the money. Like,
right. It's like, why push it further? Yeah. No,
exactly. So,
well, it's good. Good for you for being one of the better people in a situation like that where you're human to customers, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I
don't
feel
know if
like
I'm
everybody
supposed to be talking this much about my job like this, but
I think you're all right. I don't think you're really like divulging anything too specific about it.
Yeah.
I mean, like kind of what you describe, I imagine is what a lot of people in the same position as you that works in any sort of customer-based service, you know, where you're talking to customers. Oh, great. Now you broke the table. And that look on your face was great. I'm going to timestamp that one. But yeah, I don't know. I think anybody that has to work with customers, like definitely is like, oh yeah, there's some parallels to that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. You know? Definitely.
Like I deal with it too. You know, I don't deal with as many customers as you do, which I'm grateful for. You know? It's like a little more hands-on with me. But I get those people too that are just like, they treat me like I'm just some piece of shit that it's like, well, I'm paying you money, so I basically own you right now for the week. And it's like,
no, you don't.
No, I was like, you're paying me to do a service that not a lot of people can do.
Yeah.
And you know, like, so sit the fuck down and let me do my thing.
Yeah, you can walk away at any time. Like,
I'm trying to think if we've ever
walked off of any jobs.
Yeah, I think it's happened like once or twice before, but
yeah,
pretty rare. We're pretty tolerable about shitty people, and most of our customers aren't shitty.
Yeah,
we get some pretty nice customers, which is nice, but every once in a while we get some shitty people. But it is what it is. Like I think it was the only one that I can always pops in my head, and we were actually there recently. We were delivering furniture for this customer at a retirement home hospital type thing, way up north. I can't remember where exactly. Okay. And as we pull up, I'm looking. I'm like, holy fuck! I was like, we've been here before. I was like, I think we worked like in this building.
Was it in Chicago or like in the burbs?
Suburbs up north. And we get in there, and I'm looking around. I'm like, holy shit! I was like, yeah, we did all the trim in this building.
Yeah.
And this was the job where. We got hired from the company that installs, which we've done work for before, but they're a big company. So every once in a while we get a different contractor that we've never worked with.
Okay.
But because we're kind of like their go-to guy for these kinds of things, they just tell each other like, yep, just hit up Bill Fay. Like he'll help you out. This guy hits us up and we just had to blend and finish some trim in this building. And now nobody was in there yet. Like it was a brand new building. And so there was no patients or anything. It was just all workers.
Yeah.
And but it is like on a grounds where there's a lot of buildings everywhere. So there are patients, but just outside the building.
Okay.
And so the guy was like, you know, it's like, yeah, be careful with the smell. And it's like, yeah, I know. It's what we use is all the lacquer stuff and it smells for sure. But we have our system for, you know, trying to air it out as fast as possible and keep that down. And a lot of our job is prepping. So I think it was like the first 2 days was just putting paper out.
Yeah.
And making sure we don't get shit on stuff that's not supposed to be painted or colored. And this fucking guy, there was something about him. He had like a little bit of like a dickish quality to him. It was just kind of like a little bossy. And it's like, take it easy, man. Like, I don't work for you. I'm working with you, you know, like one of those things. And I was like, whatever, you know, the company's cool. So we don't mind, you know, dealing with it. And so finally we're almost ready to start spraying and stuff like that. So my dad goes into the room. We close it off. So like nothing should be able to get through. Like not a very strong odor, maybe a little bit. And dude comes up to me and is like, he goes, oh, he can't be doing that right now. And I'm like, what? He's like, spraying. He goes, it smells terrible. He's like, that's way too strong. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I was like, he's not spraying. Are you sure? Because it smells terrible. I'm like, no. I was like, he's probably like not going to spray for like another hour. Like he's like prepping everything. Well, I don't know. We gotta look at this. We open the door. My dad's literally standing there still putting paper up. Like the crate wasn't even open yet with the paint. And the guy was like, what's going on here? Like it smells. And my dad was like, no. He's like, I haven't even opened up a can of paint yet. Like nothing's happening.
Smell horrible.
Yeah. I was like, if you think it's bad now, it's going to be way worse because like nothing is happening.
So what happened?
We did our fucking job and the guy didn't even notice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, you're a fucking idiot. Just being a fucking asshole. It's like, I'm sorry that you don't have anybody that can do this shit as good as us. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that was like one of the ones where I was like, man, let's just get this over with and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I hope I never see that guy again. And we haven't. Yeah. So, like I said, we work with so many contractors at that company that it's easy to move along. Plus, they kind of change it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
But anyway. So yeah, we want to talk about. So our previous guest, Gabe, was on.
Yeah,
and that was fun. I was bummed. I wanted to talk a little bit about the shows we had, but it is what it is. But so you went out with Gabe. You got to see him out in the wild.
He hit me up last night, like randomly, and because I was out with my buddy in the burbs in Schaumburg, I was visiting him. And Gabe was like, yo, what are you doing tonight? And I was like, not really anything later. And I was like, I'm in the burbs now, but I could give you a heads up when I'm like coming back into the city. He's like, yeah, let me know. So I hit him up and he fucking was like, yeah, I'm at Superior Street. Like, come by over here. We'll meet up. I have some beers here. We could drink these and then we'll go have a night on the town. And I was like, okay.
Fuck yeah.
You know, like interesting. And we
Continental?
We ended up there.
Okay.
We ended up at fucking Continental.
It's one of his grounds.
We fucking we started at Easy Inn.
Okay.
And I mean, Gabe had explained to me like a lot of his, you know, what he does and like what he looks for. Yeah, and it's
okay, that's awesome.
It's a solid approach, but it's.
I
just
wish
like,
you had a camera with you.
The thing was that there wasn't there weren't a lot of women there that were not there with their boyfriends, so it was like pretty like we were scoping it out and
get close to winter, man. Like, nobody's coming out.
Yeah, dude, an Easy Inn. I'd been there a few times. It was like the least packed I've ever seen in. I mean, there were still a good amount of people there, but like, I mean, usually when I'm there, it's like hard to walk around in there. Yeah, because it's so packed. It's probably where Danny used to live on Western, like across the street from him. It's one of the bars.
Is that
one
where
of the
we ended
bars.
up at after Dark Matter? Is that Easy Inn?
No, that was Stella's. Yeah,
Okay.
that was Stella's. Easy Inn's just on the block, though.
Okay, yeah, I've never been there, but yes,
Stella's is cool. Stella's is more of like a low key dive.
I like that, man.
Yeah,
the little Polish lady working back there, phenomenal. It's so good.
It's like Alice's kind of.
Yeah.
Stella's is a little. I think for a bar, I prefer them over Alice's, but Alice's is like the whole karaoke experience. But yeah, so we were there and we stayed there for a little bit. And Gabe, man, what a fucking high roller, dude. He gets like the luxury lifts. He was buying this luxury lift. Yeah, he was like, I like doing like this
lift
now.
Black
like,
or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
he always like shows up in really nice cars and. He was like, I love going to Kohl's and doing this because all these 23-year-olds are like staring at
like
me,
fuck?
like drunk, getting in this fucking nice ass car.
That's awesome.
To take me away. And he has this like top hat on. I'm like, yeah, you're like rich Ebenezer Scrooge or some shit, man. I didn't say that.
Definitely, like, what is it, like the peacocking? Yeah, it's like, he dresses it up, which is great.
Yeah,
and it's not like something
killer style, man.
And it's great because it's not like he doesn't just do it like because he's like, it's like that's just how he is. Like, he dresses like very well. So I love him for that. It's great.
So we were at Easy Inn pretty much until it closed. And then he was like, Continental. And I was like, I know that's your spot. Like, let's go. And we went, and even the Continental was pretty not super packed.
Really?
But he introduced me to a bunch of his friends that work there. And he's like such a regular there that they like know him so well.
Oh, yeah.
And one of my buddies he's a security guard at Reggie's. He works at Continental, I guess, on the weekends.
Oh, okay.
So I saw them there. I was talking to him, but I was like ripped at this point.
Really? Guys play a lot of pool?
Yeah. No, we didn't play any pool, but Gabe, we talked about pool a lot.
Yeah. He's good. He's really good.
Yeah, apparently he was in a league and shit, and like he used to play a shitload. He said every day in college he would play for like 2 to 3 hours to 5 hours a day, which is like, whoa, that's really impressive. But he knows a lot about pro pool players because I've like
him and Alex need to talk.
I know. I've kind of looked into that shit because I think pool is cool. I think it's a cool sport. Like I would like to be good at it, but and I'm a fat guy, so I could always be called Fats. So
you could be Illinois Fats instead of Minnesota Fats.
Yeah. So it was just interesting hearing him talk about it. But he also made a lot of comments about the night. He was like, yeah, sometimes you have these nights where it's like he had a really good analogy for it. It was like total Gabe thing.
He's a wordsmith, but, as some of you probably noticed in the last episode.
He was talking about how going out to these bars, even if there's not like a lot of action going on, it's still a good thing because
got to get the reps in.
Yeah, it's like you're getting the reps in, and like you're learning the lay of the land, and you're learning the habitat. And he is like, you'll be more confident the next time you come in there because you've been to those places, and you've talked to people around there, like so just shit like that, which was always it was really interesting.
So would you try his approach at all? Would you like go out by yourself, kind of pick out a bar or two that you would start to frequent? Would you ever try it?
I don't know. I don't really have money to spend at bars every day. You
Fair
know,
like, he doesn't do it every day.
Yeah, but like as much, you know what I mean? Like I can't. I don't know, and I could see myself doing it. Yeah, I just don't think I would enjoy it at all. Like I enjoy going out to bars with my friends and like that was a lot of fun.
That's different though. Like the idea of going out with some aspect of meeting somebody.
Yeah.
And trying to be social to people that don't even fucking know you.
I probably never would do that.
You're outgoing enough, I feel.
I am. I just like don't care. I just don't give a shit because at the end of the day, I mean, maybe it would be fun, but even then, it's just like, I don't know. I don't really.
It's a good approach because I feel like not a lot of people do it.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because online dating is such a common thing now. Like, that's exactly what Gabe was saying yesterday. We were talking. He was like, yeah, it's such a foreign concept to everybody that, like, they would never do this. And, like, yeah, I wouldn't do it. But I also don't have this, Gabe's a different type of person, like a certain type of person that would kill it doing that. Like,
right.
Me, I could.
I think you could.
I think I could, too. I do, at the end of the day. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just haven't been really given that much of a shit recently.
That's fair.
That's my whole thing is I just don't care. So I don't feel like this pressing urge to date anybody or like, I don't know. And it's just like I've meet people and I end up getting so like disappointed or like.
Yeah, most people suck, but it's fine.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to be like, I want to meet somebody that talks as much as I do, or like. Meet somebody that like, I don't know, tell me about some shit, like some people I just feel like are really coasting and they just want this relationship where it's almost like, oh, we've already been dating for a while. And it's like, no, like, I don't know you. I don't know anything about you, like, why would I want to do that?
Right.
It's like everybody wants to skip that part of it, but that's like such an integral thing that how do you learn about a person without
that's
learning?
Like the best part.
Yeah,
like the
I agree.
Relationship energy, as my friend always used to put it. Like,
yeah,
that's like the best part.
Yeah. I think there's a difference between learning about a person and then like the honeymoon phase. But like
that's all. I feel like it's all part of it. It's
I
like,
kind of because the learning shit can happen before, but it leads to the honeymoon phase because it's like you learn about this person, you decided we're gonna date, and then it feels awesome for a while, and then reality sinks in.
You're like, they're a piece of shit.
Yeah, and then it goes down exponentially.
I got to get the fuck out now.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It was fun though watching Gabe, listening to him talk about all this shit. And
I mean, like I said, anybody that listened to the previous episode, you get an idea. Like, he's a pretty unique guy.
Yeah.
And it's like there's only one him, I feel like. And and I love him for it. Like, it's great. Yeah. And he's interesting. He's fun to talk to, It's just Like, that's why I was glad he came on the show. Like, it's easy to just, I mean, there was no lull in that conversation. Like, we just kept it going, which is great. And he's good for that all the time. Like, even if it's like a low energy night for Gabe, he's still like a pretty interesting dude to talk to, which is great. I shouldn't be talking this much about him because I'm about to hear it at practice about, oh yeah, you really like me, huh? Like, fuck you,
practicing
Gabe.
Tonight?
No. Oh. But he's one of the guys that listens to the show, so I'm sure he's hearing this and having a blast. Yeah. Now he has it on record, so I got to get recording him talking about how awesome I am, I guess. So even things out. Yeah. Gabe, just call in. I'll use it on the show.
Well, he had an interesting point too yesterday that he didn't really talk about on the podcast, but he was speaking about confidence, and he was like, "Yeah, like be confident being a musician, but like, and it's not that I'm not, but my brain just doesn't go there anymore to where I'm just like, oh, I could use it as a tool of confidence. I just use it as, the way I see it now, I'm like, everybody's a motherfucking musician, like, and it's if anything, I'm just like, ugh, I'm another musician, you know."
And most people, I don't think, can discern the difference between somebody that's like a hobbyist as opposed to musician. You know? Yeah. And I get it. It's, there's nuances to it that in order to understand, you'd have to converse with somebody at that level, Yeah.
And it's just like pulling teeth when you have to do that. And I mean, I don't know. On a lot of dates, I don't even talk about that shit. Unless
I'm sure they like ask you. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it ends up getting brought up.
I don't mind answering questions, but I'm not the kind of person that would be like, "Let me tell you about my music career." If you want to know, I'll tell you. But
exactly,
I don't use it as like a.
Yeah.
I don't know what the term you use.
Everybody and their fucking mother has a band out here, so it's just like,
I'd much rather talk about my work than my music. I think that's more interesting about me than music. Because like you said, like.
It's a common
just
place.
Walk around Chicago, throw a fucking rock, and you're gonna hear a musician. Yeah, somebody that's playing. And it's just
part of me is just like, maybe it is still exciting to some people, but because we're so in it, we're so used to it that it's just, and everybody we know is a fucking musician. It's just kind of like, well, we wouldn't be in this house. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't be doing this podcast.
Right?
It's like,
I wouldn't have. Well, none of us would have some of the friends that we have.
Yeah.
For sure.
So,
but I don't know. I think as you get older, I feel like there's a level of like, it's not cool.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, because I think it could be seen as something that's immature.
Sometimes to some people. I think it depends on like the aspect of it though, because I have like dated a couple people where they're like, or I've talked to a couple women where they're like, oh, like I see that you really do this, and it's not just some immature garage band shit.
Right?
It's like, oh, you're actually.
But I don't think everybody reads that though.
No, they don't, especially right off the bat. Like, how could
like, I care.
It would be hard not to, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it,
Yeah,
because I've met plenty of dudes that are quote unquote musicians that are like, dude, you don't take this serious. Like, you don't give a shit. Like, you're making us look bad. Like, for those of us that do care and are passionate about it, and it's like a big aspect of our life. And then they get on some online dating thing, meet some chick, and then they turn
ruin
sour.
It. Ruin it.
And I feel like there's way more dudes like that.
Yeah, probably.
And as you get older, like I said.
Yeah.
Because like with being a musician, man, like, people probably hear this all the time, but you do make a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah.
That normal people don't even think about giving up, I mean, look at me. I'm 35. Like, how many fucking friends are married, kids, houses, all this shit. I don't have any of that. But I have my music, and I like doing that. And like, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have that.
Yeah, it's a hard. I don't know what I would do either.
Like, would I be like in a relationship? Like, would I be working more on a relationship if I didn't have music? Like, maybe. I don't know. That's a hard one to project and think about. But
yeah, I don't know where I would have been. Yeah, it's too hard to think about because I've tried before where it's just like, well, would I have a family at this point? You know, like, would I have been here? Would I be working a sick killer career, making a shitload of money because I went to school and gave a shit about it?
Like,
would I be doing that? Who the fuck knows? It's really hard to say.
Yeah, like I always think about like, what if I gave up at some point in my music career and just was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna be doing furniture restoration and then that's it, and
I'm sure I would have been in school going for something so I could get a better job, because like I have a college degree, technically.
So do I, yeah.
You know, but it's not worth shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
I think I would still be working doing furniture restoration, even if I wasn't doing music.
That's cool, though. And there's a lot you could do with that, too. You know?
No, for sure.
Yeah. And then, you know, there will always be a need for places like that. Or for a business like that. As opposed to some things people do where it's like, I don't know, gets replaced by machines. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've thought about it, and I'm pretty sure that I would have just gone back to school or like, you know, go for something that's really makes a lot of sense, I guess, in a career, and it's something that like.
But would you be as happy? Yeah.
No, clearly not. Yeah, you know, I mean.
Maybe you would. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, like, that's something I always think about. Like, what if I did do a normal 9 to 5?
I mean, I always imagine if I didn't do music, I would do something creatively. Like,
really?
Yeah, absolutely. I would not be able to have that in my life.
What else do you do outside of music that you would say is creative? Or you would have done more creatively? Do you draw? Do you do anything like that?
No, it's more writing. Okay. Writing and ideas, and like sometimes I'm like, maybe I would have touched on film, or maybe I would have thought about doing something like that. But or like photography or something.
Cool.
Something visual. I mean, it would have been cool to like actually paint and learn about like art. And I always find like this massive appeal to that. And that style of art and whatever, like visual art with like, and much more interpretation based stuff. But at the same time, I feel like you could ride along a very similar line that you do with music as far as success goes. Because it's like, how many artists are there in the world? How many filmographers are there in the world? Like, how many people are making movies?
Any sort of art form, there's always the same.
Exactly, and it's
the weekend warriors, the fucking hobbyists,
and it's hard for me to like. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard for me to wrap around that people like shit that I do. Where I'm like, oh fuck, like people think
it's mind blowing sometimes.
Yeah,
right?
Where I'm just like, and I'm not trying to say that in a self conscious way, but like I remember thinking about that with some of the songs from the Unheard Roman Ring record, where I was like, man, are people actually gonna like these or think it's bullshit? And then like people who I respect their opinion in music would reach out to me and be like, yo, this is cool.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh, cool. Like, that's like, at least they liked it. Like, it makes me feel good because like I did have a big hand in creating that.
They're probably
like,
just being nice, but
maybe as some of them I think were genuine. A few.
That's a difficult thing to like at our level.
Yeah.
It's like so many, fans are friends.
Yeah.
And like how many of them are actually going to be
real,
critical?
Yeah.
And be real with like their responses to what you do.
Yeah.
It's like, not too many of them, because
yeah.
I mean, like any of my friends that do anything creative, I don't want to be like, sucks, dude. Like, it's not that good. I didn't get it. Like, you got to do something, like,
yeah, exactly.
I would never want to do that. Cause,
I wouldn't want to do it either.
But at the same time, I would rather people tell me that though. Like, give me that hard criticism.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
me too. I'm the same way.
I'll be bummed. I'll probably be upset. But at the end of the day, I think it would allow me to do a better product,
Yeah, dude, that's been my like whole attitude with us writing new music. It's like I'm trying to come down on Nate a little bit and be like, yo, I know there's a shitload of potential with a lot of stuff
whirling around that little walnut of his.
It's just got to be kind of like fished out the right way, and then we can make something killer. Like it's all there. Yeah. It's just a matter of putting together the right pieces. And it's just like, I don't know how many. It's okay to be in a band and make something and decide like, hey, we're not going to use it. You know what I mean? Let's come up with something better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like you can't be people. I feel like sometimes are too afraid of that concept, and it's just kind of like, well, I don't know, you have to be able to face the idea that sometimes something might not stick, even if you like it. There's been shit that I like that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, that doesn't work. Yeah. And it's just like, or that wouldn't fit for a Roman Ring song or whatever it happens to be. Like, it just wouldn't make any sense. And I don't know. It's just about, I think I've been trying to do more like creative exercises throughout like every day. I try to do something like once a day at least, because it's I don't know, being more in that mentality I think helps you kind of like hone in on good creativity and like some products that produce something that you're more content with. You know, it's just like, it's the same idea of like staying consistent on like playing a guitar or drums. It's just like you play a little bit every day. So, you know, you're still, you still got the gears turning and shit, which
keeps you at a level that
exactly,
you can bounce back up from, you know.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm glad that we've still been doing practice like twice a week, because like, or at least when we can. Well, me and Nate had for a while, and it's just like, it's been good because, you know, we've been able to do that shit and been able to, you know, it keeps me from like not playing, you know, no drums at all.
Right.
So
yeah. Keeps you from being stagnant.
Yeah, it's a good thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think back to your initial question. Yeah, I would have to have something like that. But I've thought about like writing, creative writing type shit, and you know, I don't know what I would write per se, but and you know, I don't know, because I always come up with ideas and then I don't have full confidence in them to be like, this is sick. But then other people usually will end up liking them. But part of me is just like, is this a trick? Am I coming off as like, I think this is sick, so it's working, and other people like it? Or is it actually just you know, they're nice being, exactly. And that's where I'm just like, oh, is that sick or is it weird?
Right.
Like, I was glad that you guys liked that song that we started playing the other day.
Yeah, I like the idea of it.
Yeah, which was really cool, because I was like, I don't know how it's gonna go, because I don't know. I never know what to expect like from everybody, because I feel like most songs, I don't know, show them to somebody like, I don't know, Franco or something, and they'd just be like, ugh, and it's like, come on.
Right. What is it gonna take to get you into it?
Yeah, so
yeah, no, that new couple of riffs definitely elicit a more positive response out of me.
Yeah,
which is good, you know. But like we talked about it before, like I'm under the mentality of like, even if I don't like a riff or a song or whatever, if everybody else is like fully into it, I'll do it. You know, yeah. It's not gonna kill me. It's not gonna make me feel bad.
Yeah.
It's just like,
see,
whatever,
it kills me.
Know? Does it?
Yeah, it does.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate that it does. I don't want it to, but it does kill me after a while.
Because, you know, like, no matter how hard you try, your scope of things is narrow, you know, no matter what. You know?
Yeah.
And so, you know, if somebody has an idea, it's like, it could be a great idea. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like talking about something is waiting, like Gobo being the core writer of everything. You know, his style, his approach is nothing like mine, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
And so when I hear the songs, like I like them, you know, like I like some more than others for sure.
Yeah.
But like to see the results of like people being like, oh my God, this fucking riff like is awesome, or this song I fucking love. And it's like, oh, weird. That's like not the one I gravitate towards too, but obviously the dude has the ear, you know, and like I trust that. The same thing I trust with you or Nate or Franco or Danny, you know, like I don't think I always have the best ear for what people think is awesome or cool or good or whatever. Like, you know, and shit, I've even written riffs in my time where I was like, this riff fucking blows, but it works in the context of the song. It helps us get to where we need to get to. And then people are like, dude, that one riff, best fucking riff. I'm like, really? That's the one? That's the one that you like grabbed onto? Like, I begrudgingly play it all the time, but I do it because it's part of it. And it's like, it has to be there.
That's funny,
you know?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, that stuff would probably like pain me too.
Well, how do you do it in Warforged with like Adrian being the driving force of like the writing creativity of it all? Like,
I mean, most of the shit he writes, I usually don't have any issues with.
Okay. But what about when you do? How vocal are you about it?
I'm somewhat vocal. It really comes down to when we're actually like, because we're a band where a lot of the music gets written by the guys, preemptively before we actually play the songs and learn the songs. So I'm always thinking like, you know, let's wait till we can actually sit down and play this and hear how it, you know, translates to a live band. And
yeah, because it's totally different.
Yeah, and that's like it's interesting, and most of the time I end up liking it. But yeah, I mean, a few times it's usually like everybody speaks up and we try to find some way to kind of like and just like either come up with an idea on the spot or like be like, hey, let's try and write something else for it. You know, and we'll come back with I'll take that shit. Fuck yeah. But you know, like we'll try and come back to the next practice with some other ideas written that we could, you know, try. That's pretty much how it goes. But usually there's like, for some of the songs, there's like a general idea that's fucking there.
And you're like you're all good with.
Yeah, exactly. Like the general theme of the song or the general vibe or the idea, and you kind of play it off of that, which is nice. And like, I don't know, or the way our record was written was just, super weird. And I told it to, pretty sure I talked about it on the podcast with Gabe last week, but a lot of
talked
it,
a little bit
some of it was written like years before we had the chance to actually record it. And then like, there were songs that were written pretty streamlined.
Yeah,
like
you just jumped into it.
We literally I learned some of these songs in the pre-pro phase.
Right.
I learned it by tracking pre-pro drums, and it's like, you feel stiffer and like it's not as loose, and I don't feel like
you play it safer too.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like it's more like you're just playing it to serve the song, which you should be to a certain degree, but like it's also kind of.
But you also have to put your stamp on it.
Yeah, and it's very limiting to the way where it's just like, well, if I had more confidence, I guess, in this song,
right, you would have thought, yeah. No, for sure. Like it's funny. Like I do it with all my bands, where the more you play the song, the more you start just having it down in memory.
Yeah,
you start having a little more fun with it because you're like, fuck it, I know the song, I'll do this, and you're like, oh shit, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Wish we did that, and that was why I got brought up last time. Was Gabe like really jumped into the studio after learning this last album For Something Is Waiting, like right away.
Yeah,
and then at practices
they did drums for a day, or they had
like a day and a half or something, maybe. Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's
crazy that he banged it out like that. Impressive too.
Yeah.
But even at practice, it's kind of fun because like me and Gabe get together more often now, and it's fun because then we're just because I told him I was like
that too.
I was like, just play the song front to back, just like and we'll get there. Like, I don't care what you do in between. Just play all the same values, but however you want, And it's fun, because then you get to experiment a little bit. And I do to some degree, but I can't now because of the setup. I have to be a little more consistent, and then I can't really be like, oh, like this guitar is holding it down.
Is it hard at all to do that?
It is and it
play
isn't.
Like that. Yeah.
What's cool about it, so what, 2 weeks ago now, I think it was, we did our first set of shows as a 3-piece, and it was a little nerve-wracking because I left for Europe, and we had jammed once as a 3-piece, I think once or maybe twice, and even then it was the building blocks of like, how the fuck are we gonna pull this off?
Sure.
And then it was like, all right, I got to go away for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully I remember how to play everything, and 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 then so it came back, and I think we jammed like 3 times, and it was like, all right, doing the shows. So we did a show in Milwaukee, right? Yeah, Milwaukee, and with Microwaves, and then with Microwaves again in Burlington. And and it was funny because the Microwaves guys know us pretty well, and we told them like the situation. We're like, yeah, it's just the 3 of us, but we do have 2 guitars and a bass running, and I'm doing all of it. And there's not necessarily a backing track, but it's the rhythm that I record it into a looper that is triggered for solo, so that we have our rhythm just as if Eddie and Pete were playing.
Interesting.
Yeah, it even fooled Spencer a little bit, which is cool.
Really?
Yeah, that was awesome. And so I told him, I was like, I'm telling you guys right now, it's not gonna be 100%. I'm gonna fuck something up
because I kept play to a click.
Yeah, and he, so the idea is he plays to a click up until like those solos, because if I'm off, we're fucked. It's obviously not going to play to the click, so he's going to have to take the click out and just go along with the rhythm, which we've done somewhat successfully at practice. It's, you can hear like there's a weird oops, but it'll keep going, which is nice. We're working on a system to make that even easier in case something goes wrong.
That's crazy to me, dude.
What?
That whole idea.
It's great. It's
nuts,
fun.
Dude.
It's a whole new challenge to playing, in a live setting for sure. And it's been fun because I had to go a little gear crazy with how we're doing this. And so, like in Milwaukee, I was like, we're not going to land 100%. Something's going to go wrong, because something went wrong at practice every time. And it was just like, no, we'll get it. And it's like I said, we only did 3 practices. So not a lot of time. 2 sets of practice. So 6 times we played it. And even then, that's not a lot, Yeah. So sure enough, one of the solo sections got fucked. But there's a contingency plan for everything. So it's just a matter of shutting off the backing track and going back into all 3 instruments. So Yeah, it doesn't sound like the album would sound, but it's good enough that nobody could tell. And maybe John was just being nice, but John, the drummer from Microwave, was like, yeah, it sounded fucking killer. And I was like, yeah, like it wasn't great, but we did it. We didn't stop or anything. Yeah, played all the songs. So coming in, and even at that one was rough because the stage was the tiniest fucking stage I've played in a while. I think like if you can see in the video, I had like this much room.
Yeah.
To walk. Because I had the board and I had my whole my amp behind me and it was just like literally up my ass.
So you bring a bass cab and another guitar cab too?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it's
a lot for 3 guys.
2 guitar cabs and a bass cab.
Okay.
And then a head for each. Because of the new system I built. If you check out my Instagram, it's WTF_customs1. You can see the rig on there. And so I'm just finishing up now. So I'll have 2 212s that all interconnect with my amp and the secondary pedal board.
Okay.
And those just run lines to guitar amp head, bass amp head. And then the bass is going into a cab, which eventually I'm going to build a set for that. It's a lot of time.
Yeah, I hear you.
But all things considering, we got off the stage just as fast as we would as a 5-piece.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Because Gobo, he's not an idiot. He knows gear. He plays guitar, plays bass. So he knows unplug this.
Yeah,
take this
how to
off.
do it.
So which that saves me precious seconds, when it comes to changeovers. And so at that Milwaukee show, it was so hard to move around. I really didn't. So it was just kind of standing there playing, which is not something I do too often, And even then it was that went, we still missed shit, as hard as I was concentrating. So the Chicago show, it was nice. There's a lot of familiar faces out, even Franco of all people, believe it or not.
I can't believe that.
Which was awesome. It was cool. And so then I was like, all right, I can't stand around. That's going to be boring.
Franco's never come to any of my shows.
Well, you guys suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're playing a show. I bet you he won't even stay and watch us.
$5 says he won't.
Yeah. I know. Me too. $10 says he won't.
Where is it at?
Reggie's.
Yeah, he's going to go eat and get sick.
Well,
but
yeah, probably.
But so at this, and then it's Burlington, so there's a little more, room on that stage, which is nice. Yeah. That was funny because Spencer was working that show, doing sound for us, and we get all set up, and it's the same gear that we use when Eddie and Pete are there. It's all there, and he's like, "Oh, are we waiting for Eddie and Pete?" And we're like, "Nope, they're not here tonight." What? And it's like, no, it's I'm doing it all. I was like, just mic it up like you would if they were here. I was like, it's the same setup. Just minus them right now.
Was he amazed? Was he just like, oh my God?
Yeah, he was pretty impressed at how it turned out and how it sounded.
Fuck yeah, that's good. Spencer's got a good ear for that shit too.
That made me feel good, hearing that guy liking it. So fuck everybody else that was there. No.
I wish I was there, man.
Should have came out. It was a fun night, man. I
know. I still had work.
And every song we landed. Yeah. Nothing went wrong.
I'll be at the Holiday of Horror, and then we're gonna drive to Cobra to catch Nate's show, and then we're gonna come back.
Yeah, I guess so I can load out.
Yeah, go back to Reggie's.
But yeah, it was great. Yeah. So we had friends out there, and nobody said "Oh, it's fucked up." It was just a 3. They're like, it sounded good. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not being nice. Yeah. But yeah, it was. It's definitely a challenge, just because having to just think about the songs a little bit more and where parts are and where parts fit in.
Sure.
And it was funny leading up to it because normally I'm in the moment with the songs. I'm just kind of yeah, we're doing it, we're going, that's it. Now it's what's coming up? How many times was this?
Oh,
holy shit! What's the solo?
You're not feeling.
What's the sound I need to get into this?
Yeah.
What's the harmony? Remember, what does Pete play here? Because that's what I'm supposed to be playing and not that, And that's what would throw me off. And even Gay would be at practice hey, what's going on here, man? The feel is not right. It's real, you're playing real stilted. And I'm like, yeah, I'm concentrating really fucking hard on making sure the notes are right. I'm not thinking about the feel of it right now. I just want to make sure that the memory is there, that the notes are right. I was like, once we do this a little bit more, I'll feel it out.
Yeah, you'll get used to it.
Yeah, and we did. We got back into the swing of things where it's all right, you're the little nuances of playing and the tempo shifts and all that. Good. Yeah, so it's not totally lost, which is nice.
Yeah, you'll get there. It'll get tighter.
Yeah, by the time we play that Christmas show. It'll
hell yeah,
be
I'm
dialed
pumped.
in. We're trying to play, I think, like 3 new songs from the
The upcoming record?
No. From this one right now.
Oh, you're gonna only play 3 of them?
Well, we're adding 3 more.
Oh,
yeah, because right now the set has been the same set for quite some time, just because of all like the
changes,
rotation of members right now, and like all right, what does Pete know? What does Eddie know? And it's like, what is he? So it was kind of a toss up, and then at this point, it was like, all right, what can we pull off with a 3-piece? For right now. So that was like our concern. So luckily, it was like a lot of songs that we already play now.
Yeah.
But we are going to try to get in the mix that song "I Collect Stamps," which we have never played as a group, and like
is that a cover song?
Yeah, it's a Bad Mechanics song, like loosely based on it. It's pretty different from the original.
Yeah,
and I think we're gonna bring Work Husband back in, which is cool.
Yeah.
We were working on that a little bit. That was another one where Gabe was like, I don't know, man. The way you're playing it just feels weird. I'm like, yeah, man. Like, I'm trying to remember this song. Man. Like, we haven't played this in months, you know? And
is that from the first record?
It's from the last one.
From the same, yeah.
That's a good. I like that song a lot. It's a fun one.
Are you guys still doing the remaster of the first one?
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
Okay.
I don't know if that's supposed to be out yet. Like talking about.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
Did Gabe talk about that the other night?
I don't remember.
Oh. Where'd you hear about it? I probably told you, right?
I think Gobo told me once.
I don't know if it is a big secret. He'll yell at me about it. Nah, whatever. Like I told Gabe the other day when he was like, you think we were talking too much shit about our band? I was like, no, not at all.
No, yeah.
You don't think Gobo's gonna say anything? I'll take that bullet. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gobo.
Yeah.
And Nate, we did briefly talk about him, our buddy. And I think we mentioned in one of the episodes, but we're gonna attempt to do an actual segment on the show and not fly by the seat of our fucking pants like we do pretty much every episode, except for some of the earlier ones where we were trying to be structured and for when I don't know when it stopped, but we said fuck it and we're just like, yeah, we're 2 idiots with our friends talking. Yeah. But yeah, so the first one we're doing is the new metal one, and that'll be after, because hopefully next episode our guest will be Andy McHale from Serpents.
Oh, right? Yeah.
And on that episode will be the one that we'll. Well, here let's talk about the concept of this idea, this segment that we're gonna do. So every month, every 4 episodes, basically.
Yeah.
We are so it's gonna be 3 of us, obviously you and me, because it's our fucking show.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be joined bi-monthly. So first month will be Gobo, past guest of the show. Feel free to check out any episodes he's on. He's a fun guest to have, which is why we're gonna have him coming back. And then also previous guest Nate will be on the next 4 episodes. 4 episodes later, we're gonna be talking about death metal with him. But the concept is each one of us is going to pick out a record that falls into that genre, and hopefully when we do the Andy episode, we'll tell you guys which 3 albums we're going to discuss. So that way you can listen to it that following, the week leading up to it. And then the other thing, one of the caveats I brought up was like, just in case nobody wants to listen to a whole fucking album of whatever it is, pick out a song that you think best represents that album. Yeah. So that way if somebody wants to just get an idea of what we're talking about, but not necessarily want to listen to the whole thing. Yeah. Just makes it a little bit digestible for them. Yeah. And so, so we'll let you guys know a week in advance what 3 albums we're going to do and songs from them. And then when the episode actually does come out, we're going to talk about them. And it's going to be pretty much random as to which
order.
Yeah. I put like a fucking dice thing on my phone. I was like, all right, we'll just do that.
Okay. I don't care.
Yeah. It is what it is. I wish, and one of the things I was thinking about with this is like, I wish this podcast was bigger, that we could do like a fan album choice. Yeah, it'd be nice to do.
That would be cool.
We could still technically do it. So if anybody
we could do a suggestion one,
comment or text us on any sort of platform about either a new metal album or a death metal album that you want to hear us talk about,
hit us up.
Yeah, shoot us a message.
Let us know.
And
or
yeah,
just come up and tell me. We can figure something out. You know,
what's up?
Just come up to me and tell me. We can figure some shit out.
Yeah, but then
figure it out
in person. Ugh.
Yeah, you're like, that album sucks.
But yeah, and then we'll pick out, a song that we like and a song we don't like.
Yeah,
and not necessarily like it doesn't have to be like you picked it because it's like the worst song ever. Like no, and it might be still a great song. I gotta listen
to 3 new metal albums every year.
I gotta listen to 3 death metal albums. Fuck that.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah, so if you have to listen to metal and I have to listen to death metal, I think it's fair.
Yeah, I don't want to listen to either, honestly. But
then why'd you do that segment then?
I don't know, because I think it's a good balance and I like it. But
you should have picked anything else. We should. I was thinking about what if we switched up the genres.
I'm definitely down sometime. It'd be cool to do like a hip hop one. I was thinking about that today on the way here. Actually,
be kind of fun.
Yeah,
we'd have to pick a guest for each one of those, but then it's like we lose like it'd be death metal once every 6 months or something.
I mean, let's see how this goes. And,
it should be interesting.
For this,
because I don't want to lose this aspect of the show.
Yeah,
no.
I
do enjoy this.
I mean, I think this will come along with that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's the same
conversation.
Us 2 idiots talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
And shit, we talked about music earlier.
I'm pumped though. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, what I like about it, because originally you're like, oh, we're only gonna do 1 album, right? I'm like, no, we gotta do 3.
3. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, well, it is a little smarter to do that because that way we don't have to like find reasons to talk about 1 album for so long.
Yeah, I don't know if we could really talk that long about 1 album.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What I like about it is the Russian roulette aspect of it, where it's like we're all gonna get like 2 albums that we might not necessarily have listened to, wanted to listen to, but now we have to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, kind of.
It'd be fun to hear like you pick out a death metal album, I listen to it. Who hates most death metal?
Yeah.
Like to hear what I have to. What song do you think I would pick out is like the one I like, the one I least like? It'd be fun to see if we can guess beforehand too.
Yeah, that would be fun. That'd be hard, but
it'd be fun. We should try that too.
I would
before we talk about your album. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what other things we were going to discuss about the albums. I can't remember.
You have it written down?
Yeah, it's on my phone, but I can't reach it right now.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, just like for our own reference.
Yeah, so it should be interesting.
Yeah.
Just to see what everybody picks out.
Yeah, I'm down.
And hopefully, I don't know. I'm hoping it turns this a little more interactive with people.
Yeah.
I think it'll make it a little more fun.
A little more stimuli.
Yeah. Hopefully get people talking a little bit more. And like I said, it'd be cool. Like I wish we were big enough that people would chime in.
Fan submissions, yeah. We'll see how it goes.
And that would be a 4th album to listen to.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. Well, cool, man.
So have you picked out your new metal album yet?
I'm on the fence about it right now. I have a couple of ideas, but I kind of want to talk to Gobo about it because I don't want him to be like, that's not actual new metal. And like, like something that's like has new metal tendencies, but isn't from the year 1998. You know what I mean?
Don't give a shit. I'd be interested to hear like what new metal even sounds like.
You know what I mean? Like, is it limited to that? Are we looking at classic new metal records and classic new metal bands or...
Originally I thought about that and I was like, it'd be cooler to do, but I don't mind.
I mean, because I could do that. I have no problem doing that.
Yeah.
But like, it's just, that's the whole thing, because I feel like if I do that, I'm going to run out of shit quick.
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, I could do every single Korn album.
Every other one that's leading up to
Korn album, so that'll like cover the year, probably. Definitely. Probably more than a year.
More than that. I think they're up to like 10 albums.
Yeah. Almost 2 years, yeah.
By the time we get to there, it might be 2 years. I guess we should probably say no live albums, right?
Yeah, that's
no
fair.
best ofs.
Yeah, no compilations.
Yeah, it has to be. And no EPs? Yeah.
Right? Oh, I think EPs could be on the table. We could do like an EP episode.
It could, because I mean, death metal, that seems more prevalent, whereas new metal, I don't think that was
that's
thing.
my whole thing. Like, I wouldn't even know where to pick that, but I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed. As long as it's like a death metal release, I don't care.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, death metal wise, I don't know what the fuck I'd pick.
I know.
Because that's a more broad genre than nu metal is.
I know, that's why I'm freaked out about it, because like death metal I'm good for like the rest of my life.
Forever.
But like nu metal I'm just like, god damn, like that's hard.
So obviously Korn, what other bands come to mind when you think nu metal?
Oh, I don't know, old Deftones, System of a Down, Limp Bizkit.
See, and Deftones is like a one where it's like you could not technically say they're nu metal.
Yeah, but they had that sound, those like adrenaline and shit.
Right, and they fell into that era of nu metal, and they were with all those bands.
Yeah,
but I'd be okay with that. I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. You know, that makes sense.
Yeah, that would count.
Think that.
I mean, that's what I would think of older examples of nu metal.
Mm-hmm. What's one of the more
Mushroom Head?
Oh yeah, there you go. I've never listened to a whole Mushroom Head album.
I might pick one.
There you go.
I don't know.
What's like a more like you think obscure nu metal band?
Well, I mean, I was thinking of bands like today that have a lot of like nu metal tendencies, like the new Gideon record. They were like a metalcore band, but it sounds like a nu metal record.
Really?
Like the new record they came out with. Yeah, there's some nu metal elements there for sure. Emir, they have a ton of nu metal flavor in their music. I feel like, oh fuck yeah. Like Frankie Palmieri's Twitter handle is Nu Metal God. Yeah. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, you know, they do have some tendencies for sure of nu metal. Like,
yeah, that's probably why I liked some of that stuff.
Yeah, I like some of their shit. Sworn In, they're from here. Their first record had some like big nu metal like tendencies there for sure. Like the vocals and like the style but it sounds like a more modern take on it. Like that's why part of me wants to like suggest that record, because it's like something different from you and Eddie's wheelhouse, but you would probably be able to see the connections.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So it would be curious to hear your guys' take on that shit.
Yeah, see, and that's the fun of it.
That's why I would like to do something like that.
That and like because of stuff like that, it'd be fun to hear other people be like, "You guys are fucking idiots! Like this does not sound. Yeah, that is not the best song in the album."
Yeah. So
hopefully people start yelling at us about this stuff.
I hope not. So I could just be like, "Yo, it's opinion based, dude. Come on." But I don't know. I was trying to think of other examples. I have them. I just gotta like really
dust it off for sure.
Yeah.
What about death metal wise? What are you thinking?
I don't know, because part of me wants to use it to show you and Nate new shit.
Nate's better about listening to newer stuff.
A little bit. Nate, yeah, he is better about it.
A lot of it compared to me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but he's not like super on top. But I'm not even super on top of it anymore. So it's like
it's a good excuse for you too. Check out new stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll probably go with some favorites sometimes, and then some newer shit. And yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I hope I hear some shit that I wouldn't listen to otherwise. So
like what?
I don't know. Anything.
I feel like with death metal, you cover it pretty well.
I cover some of it, but there's a lot of shit I don't even give a chance because I'm like automatically uninterested.
Why?
I don't know. Just because I know it's something that I probably might not like right off the bat. So me being able to sit and try and listen to it unbiased could be a fun experience, you know?
Then have to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. So
have to pick a song.
Yeah, I mean, and I wouldn't even necessarily say everything I'll pick out is something I'll like, you know? Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll be picking out records because I want to hear them, and it's like, hey, I could use this as an excuse for me to fucking listen to this album finally, or, you know?
I definitely thought about that too. Like,
yeah,
man, there's some like nu metal albums I never gave a chance, or like,
yeah,
or I listened to it, and I remember being like, whatever, and just skipped along, you know? But yeah, it'll be fun.
I'm pumped.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Can't imagine not being fun.
Yeah, I can't imagine not being fun either.
And just to hear people's takes on it too, just to be good. And Gobo being the nu metalologist that he is, you know.
Yeah.
Because even he like is like just different enough for me too. You know, there's some stuff we've talked about where it's like, nope. I was like, that was never on my radar. You know. One of the ones I thought about doing was Soil's album, Scars. Being a nu metal album that I've never listened to. Even though I work, I've never listened to that album.
That's funny.
I've watched the music videos or whatever singles they had from that, like Halo being the biggest one, but even that, I didn't know that fucking song when I worked for them. I had no idea. Like everybody else was like, "Oh yeah, it's Halo." I'm like, "What? You don't know that song?" I'm like, no. I was like, I remember the name Soil, but I never
listen to them.
Yeah, just for whatever reason, they never made it on my radar.
Weren't they kind of later to the game too than some other bands?
A little bit, like, and they're They were more of the alternative like metal, like what is metal. Today, more so than
like Mudvayne,
metal.
like later Mudvayne type shit.
Yeah, like the older Mudvayne stuff became more of like an alternative metal thing, and that's kind of how like new metal got rebranded now, is more considered alternative metal, because there is like a stigma that goes with the phrase new metal, and I'm sure
maybe I'll pick LD50. That'd be a cool one.
Man, that's like one of my favorite albums. To this day, it's still like one of my favorites. But
maybe I'll pick a weirder one.
There you go. But it's just funny because like I feel like even you like hearing the word new metal, you're just like, ugh,
Oh no, I mean some of it is sick, but most of it, I just don't care. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. Yeah, it's one of those genres that's like any other genre that was, it just came out huge, it was such a flash in the pan, and then it was like gone. And we've moved on to the next thing and the next thing.
But I feel like it's got its resurgence now in a lot of other music.
People keep saying that, but I haven't really heard it.
Because you're not listening to it. That's why I want to put on, that's why I want to be like, Sworn In, Amir, whatever.
Prove me wrong.
Gideon, the Villains, they used to be from here. They had like a new metal sound for sure. I mean, I would say like definitely, but yeah, otherwise I don't really know who else what else I would suggest. But yeah, I have ideas for sure.
I got the wheels turning now that we're talking about this. I gotta like write some of these down.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or just start. I wonder, isn't there a way? I've like failed with this, but isn't there a way to make like a Spotify like accessible list to people?
I think so. Yeah, there is a way. Yeah.
I wonder if we can set that up.
Yeah, we can. I'm sure we can figure it out.
With like the podcast account or whatever, and not one of our own, because that'd be. I mean, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, but it would be cool to do with our
playlist
account
anyway.
Yeah, it'd be cool to do with our account.
Yeah, I think so. I just don't want to pay for another Spotify thing.
No,
shouldn't have to, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
But that'd be
just to make a playlist and have it be free. Like free accessibility. I don't think you have to pay for that, but I don't know. I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, I don't know either, because I've been paying for it forever now.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Because I know if you don't pay for it, it's like you have to listen to a whole album. Like you can't skip songs or something like that.
It used to be you would listen to an album on shuffle mode.
Ugh.
You couldn't pick the song.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's also really stupid.
I'd rather just listen to it front to back than...
Dude, free Spotify used to just be like you had got ads.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when it first started, when I first had it, I had a free account and I would just have ads. And then I got added to Jace's family plan, and I found out that Spotify, like Alex had it for free on his phone. He was like, "Yeah, I use it, but like I can't pick out any of the songs in order."
What about like iTunes? How does that work?
Apple Music, you can't even access that shit unless you pay for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah, I don't think there's any free listening.
And then the other thing I was thinking about, because like YouTube does music, but
yeah, they do.
How vast is that database of music?
It's pretty much the same as Spotify or Apple Music, because most licensing agreements that everything we have, there's always distribution towards on YouTube as well. Just as the songs, like you'll find like you could look up individual songs and it's just by the distribution that we go through for Spotify and or whoever Artisan Era goes through.
I've noticed like when I've looked up bands, like it pops up like the album art. And it's like the songs and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Okay.
And it looks like a music player video almost. Like
does it? I've never
album cover square. Then there's a song title, album title, band title.
There's no visualizer. Like Winamp.
No, not that. Dude, I fucking love Winamp.
It really kicks the llama's ass.
What?
Isn't that the phrase?
I don't know. There was a phrase? Kicks llama's ass?
It really kicks the llama's ass.
Yeah, I don't know. That's way before my time. Winamp. Wasn't it just like the standard audio player that came with the computer?
No, you had to download that.
Winamp? Oh, yeah. Okay.
And it was great because they had visualizers, and then you could have different skins for
your... Yeah, I remember the big green head one. You remember that one?
I don't know. I had so many. I had it where it would switch every time a song switched.
I want to look it up if I can find it. That's sick.
Yeah, it was really cool. I miss Winamp. Because I used to have I used to rip all my CDs to the computer. It was fun.
Yeah.
To have the whole database, and now...
Yeah, fuck, I remember a lot.
That's all gone.
Yeah, here it is.
And
this thing. You remember that one?
I remember skins like that.
Yeah, the head screen, green head.
And that was the other one of
sick.
the rules of the segment was we'll try to pick albums that are on Spotify and iTunes, so that way, for those of you that listen, chances are if you're listening to this, you're probably listening to it on one of those platforms, so you probably already have it.
Yeah,
to make it easier, which is unfortunate because like there is what comes to mind. There is one album that is like one of my favorite new metal albums that is not on Spotify, which is a real fucking bummer. Like their second album's on there, and then their newest one that they made, which is not as good, is on there, which is a bummer. It's a band called 1 Minute Silence. The first album I love. It's in my car. Like I still listen to it. Yeah. Which is great.
Is Trapped a new metal band?
No, because that's almost like a post new metal band, and it's like more of like the alternative rock.
Fuck, man. But does that not count? I couldn't do that.
I guess if it's in your heart, you feel it's a new metal band.
I don't know, man.
That band blows, but I'll listen to it for this show.
Yeah, it was like their first record, I think.
Got that song,
Trapped.
Got the car horn honking guitar tone.
Yeah, Headstrong.
Yep, I fucking hate that song.
But it's good because I mean, it's still like there's some new metal tendencies.
I'm sure.
There.
Yeah,
but it's just like, yeah, you're right. It is more like alternative rock almost. Like, I probably wouldn't do a Five Finger Death Punch because I'm like, yeah, those guys derive from new metal, but it's not really a new metal band. It's like a jock.
Alternative. Yeah.
Even I see.
Plus, I wouldn't want.
I feel like that
to
even
sit through any of those albums.
Yeah, and I feel like that even sounds different from alternative metal. Like that doesn't sound like Trapped. They sound like this
heavy,
weird, weird like Monster Energy. Adrenaline music. I don't know.
Like you should be on a fucking BMX jumping over fucking dirt. Yeah.
So I wouldn't do that, but I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Let's not torture each other either.
Yeah. Sometimes it'd be fun to listen to a record that's like collectively bad and we're all just like, yeah, let's do it.
That would be fun.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see where
just to see what's your favorite song on a bad album.
Yeah. See where it takes us. But we should probably call it.
Yeah. What time is it?
Almost 6.
Okay.
Those guys are gonna start soon. Yeah, it's 5:50.
Oh, that sounds good. Cool. What do you got to plug?
That show, Warforged, December 6th at Reggie's with Thieves, Baron Air, Misanthropy, Wounds. And it's December 6th. It's 10 buckaroos. Get your ass out. I believe doors are at 7. So hopefully for the 9 to 5ers, people can make it there at doors. But we'll be hanging out there all night, eating wings, chilling, smoking, choking, drinking, fighting, pissing, shitting. No fucking. Yeah, no fucking allowed. No fucking allowed. No, I'm just kidding.
And if you can't make it to that show, Lavisher is also playing a show that night.
They are.
Which is a bummer.
Yeah, it is a bummer.
Because I do enjoy those guys. They're great live.
Yeah. So we'll see where your allegiance lies then.
So if metal isn't your thing and you like more of a rock band, then Lavisher.
Where are they playing?
I don't know because I'm not in that band.
Damn.
So.
Well, haha. So you guys have to look that up.
I know.
I know our show's at Reggie's, so that's one less detail that you have to do.
I believe in the previous episode, Gabe did mention
I think
where it's at. So if you listen to that one, or if you haven't listened to that one, you can get the info from there at the very tail end of it. Something is waiting as the Christmas
holiday
show.
Horror.
Holiday Horrors.
That's gonna be dope.
Should be cool. I'm just stoked to be playing with Hugh Corrupts. Like,
I know. I want to see them, dude.
They're the best, man. They're so good.
I listened to that Tower of Rome album the other day. You remember that band?
Which one? The last one or the one before that?
I forget what it's called. I gotta look it up.
The first album is the one I know best. The second one I remember listening to, but I don't remember.
Did you like them?
Hell yeah.
You know, all those guys are in Sea of Shit now.
Really?
Yeah.
It was
All is Lost, All is Lost, All is Yet to be Found.
Let me see the cover.
It's like Jesus on the cover.
Yeah, it's this. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that band ruled, man. They're just good old like Chicago
they were on Hugh
grind.
Corrupts' label.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All those dudes are in Sea of Shit now. I saw them last weekend. They're like a noise grind band.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
they're really
still
sick.
Keeping the fight.
My
going.
buddy's in the band too. So
who's your buddy?
His name's Mike, and he is a manager at Rolling Stones Records.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I met him there years ago, and I see him all the time. But when I'm there. But yeah, it was cool. I got to see him. Eddie was going to the show and he hit me up and I was like, oh, you know what? My friend's in that band. I should go.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. It was at that DIY spot, Empty Bliss. And then I saw Baron Air there a couple days after that.
How was that?
It was sick. I like the venue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for a DIY
house,
venue,
right?
yeah, it's in the basement, but it's pretty like solid.
That's cool.
For what it is. Yeah.
I thought you didn't like the DIY spots.
I like some of them.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like. It's not that I don't like the DIY spots.
Just don't like the too cool for school people that go
yeah,
to those.
the kind of vibe that's at those shows. It just feels it's like everybody's
It's like this highbrow, like
yeah.
It's weird. I've been to a few shows like that where like one, it's like you see a group of people that you've never seen before at any other show.
Yeah,
like where the fuck did you come from? Yeah,
yeah.
And two, it's like oh you're like different, like in this like cool hipster-ish.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
really,
and we don't look that part.
Yeah.
You know, and they pick up on right away, and it's like, all right,
dude, my whole thing is just like most shows that I see at a venue, people are going there because they want to see a band. But it feels like at a lot of the house shows I've been to, people just want to go there to say they're at a house show, as opposed to like actually going there to see like this band that they follow and know and like
the badge of honor of saying
so it creates this whole like cliquey like vibe, and I'm just like, okay, like if that's what and those shows are cool, and like part of me is like, I guess that's not a bad thing if they're coming and they're paying and the bands are getting paid, like good for them, and like good for them for using house shows to be like, yeah, people want to be here to be cool anyway,
right?
Like that show shit was pretty packed.
Make some money for the bands. Yeah,
there was a lot of people there, and it was like $8 to get in, so I was like, damn, okay, and I paid it. I think it was like a donation, but it was like you had to pay it.
Yeah, it has to be a donation.
But I'm just like, you know what, like, yeah, I'm definitely down, and yeah, I don't know. I like it. But yeah, like I still stick to that point. That's really my one reason I'm not crazy on the DIY shows is because everybody I feel like everybody there, it's like a clout thing as opposed to like actually,
right.
I'm here because I genuinely love these bands. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there are people like that out there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know.
It's a different vibe.
It's a complete different vibe, and you have to be like a certain type of band to play it, I feel like.
Absolutely. Like, which is cool that Baron Air is in that circle now.
It is cool that they're in that
circle,
like, yeah.
They're definitely a band that should be playing that kind of stuff.
I agree. And it's cool seeing that because that music sounds good in a setting like that.
Absolutely.
And and also they are fortunate to have music that does sound cool in a big venue too. Mm-hmm. So like it is dope that they're able to do that.
Definitely translates very well on both sides of it.
Yeah, they're killer live, man. That's exactly what I was thinking the entire time I watched them. And there was like, I was standing right up in the front, very high, like watching Dave. And I just kept thinking, I was like, man, this band sounds massive for just the three dudes,
It's a very wide sounding band.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And I'm just Tracing Light in general. It goes a lot of very, very, very cool places. And I'm a fan. But we should let them jam if they're here yet. But
fuck them. No, that's fine because I gotta grab some dinner with former guest of the show, Nick.
Yeah, where you guys going?
I don't know. We usually just figure it out when we meet up.
Yeah, I gotta go grocery shopping.
Nice. What you getting?
We got a toaster oven at work, so I've been getting like really shitty pizza rolls and like frozen chicken that I heat up there, like Tyson boneless wings. They're good though.
I get those. I love those.
Yeah, the Anytizers.
No, I mean I just get like Tyson boneless chicken.
Oh, okay.
What's an Anytizer?
It's like their flavor wings. Like they're they have buffalo ones. They have barbecue.
That's cool.
They have a bunch of good ones. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. That's why I like those. I've been getting a Totino's mix, this new snack mix. It's like, this is weird. So it's like mini mozzarella sticks, mini pepperoni pizza rolls, mini garlic bread bites.
It's all in one.
Yeah, it's like a mix, like a party mix. Yeah, it's killer.
And
it lasts me like 3 days pretty much. Like, I mean, I could eat that bag for like 4 meals. And then there's mini cheese marinara bites, which is essentially the same fucking thing as a cheese pizza roll. But
oh, okay. But they just
call it cheesy. Yeah, and I'm like, what? Well, why would you just not say cheese pepperoni pizza rolls? I'm just like, okay, yeah. You know, at that point, I'm like, all right,
pizza
whatever.
Bagels? How about pizza bagels?
Yeah, I did
Fuck
do
with
pizza
those?
bagels. Yeah, I love pizza bagels.
I haven't had those
I
in
still, I
years.
have some at my job right now.
Do you?
Yeah, I
I need
love
to
them.
get some.
Those are good. I like making fresh pizza bagels. Those are good.
What do you mean?
Taking like an actual bagel, cut it in half, put some like actual like pizza sauce on it, and like like actual cheese, and throw it in the oven for a little bit. Trader Joe's used to made these pre-made ones.
Oh,
they used to have in trays. I used to get them all the time. They were
and
so
like full
good.
bagel.
Yeah,
That's
it was like cut in half.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like,
yeah.
But it was awesome. Yeah, it was like a big, full bagel size. I would make some of those. Those were so dope.
I had a great moment with my folks the other day with talking about pizza. Like we always order pizza, or not order, but like there's a River Pizza on Lake Street.
Okay.
Lake in Thatcher.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it.
It's good. It's really fucking good if you order it. They do slices, but like the slices being cheaper, they're not quite as good as like, when you get it ordered and made and stuff like that. So my dad would always pop over there, just grab slices and bring it back for work. And they're good. I like the slices. It's good. It's cheap, And but then like it was funny. The guy, like I was with my dad one time, and the guy was like, like you can order the pizza ahead of time because otherwise you have to take a whole pizza of ours that were like supposed to be for slices, and kind of like screws us a little bit. I'm like, well, you're selling it. Like, what difference does that make?
Yeah.
But I was like, this is a good way for me to tell my dad, like, order the pizza instead because it's way better, when they do it like that.
Oh yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, let's order a pizza. I was like, fuck yeah. And my mom was already at the shop, and we were on our way back from a call. And so he's like, oh, I was like, what are you going to get on? Because like my dad is like, like 1920s Depression era, like pizza, like cheese and sausage. What else would you ever put on a pizza? Like that kind of thing. And my mom's not too far from him either. And so like, I was like, anything else? And I'm a kind of guy, anything on a pizza. It doesn't bother me. Like nothing. And you put anything on there, I'll eat it. I don't care. I love pizza and I love everything that goes on it or not on it. And so I was like, what else do you want? He's like, I don't know. And I was like, anything. I was like, anything else? Like, what would you ever want on a pizza? He's like, I don't know, like anchovies? I was like, fucking do it. And he was like, really? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, I like anchovies on a pizza. I don't mind it. And he's like, well, what about mom? And I was like, fuck, I don't know. I was like, does she like them? He's like, I don't think she likes them at all. I'm like, all right, let's just do half cheese and sausage, half sausage and anchovy. And he's like, all right, get the pizza, bring it to the shop. And she's like, what's going on here? We're like, oh, it's anchovies now. She's like, oh, man, I love anchovies. I was like, you fucking idiot. I was like, do you not know your wife at all? You've been married for 35 years. You didn't know that? And he's like, oh, I guess I was like, I thought you didn't like it. And she's like, I thought you didn't like anchovies. I was like, what the fuck, guys? He's like, God damn it. So, yeah.
I don't like anchovies. It's also a gross word.
Anchovies. Dude, speaking of anchovies, because like in a Caesar salad, I think most people know at this point, the sauce has anchovy in it.
Yeah.
Rosie got a salad, like a Caesar salad. Never seen anybody do this before. They straight up put 3 like full on anchovies, like not diced up, not like just right on the salad. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like caught her off guard. Little gross. Yeah. If you're not big into the anchovy thing, like that's a little much. I do like it on a pizza just because of, they just add a little more salt to it.
What about the heads?
Yeah, they're still on there.
Oh no.
They're such like mush, like
ew!
You can eat right through it. Yeah. Just chew on the eyeball. It's fine. No, but they usually don't leave the heads on most pizzas.
Okay,
like,
that's good.
If you get it in a can,
Yeah, that obviously.
On there and you can eat the whole thing, but I don't know. It's a nice different flavor, and like I said, it adds to the saltiness of it. I finally had a thing of giardiniera that I did not like, which is it was from Bertoli's, their very own giardiniera, and it was very disappointing.
Where's Bertoli's?
Like in Thatcher. Bertoli's Pizza and Frank's Deli are the same.
Yeah. Okay,
it's the
I know
same
exactly
guy and
where
everything. Yeah, I love that place because it's a family-owned place. So
yeah, my ex loved Bertoli's.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good, man. The pizza's fucking awesome.
I think it's okay.
I like it a lot. I think it's good. But anyway, that was our hot take on pizzas.
Yeah. All right, let's call it. It's 6.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you checking out the show. Sorry that we didn't have a guest today.
Hey, did you notice that our Marv episode ended like before? Like the video of it is ended before.
Is the video up?
Yeah.
There should not be a video up
of Marv's episode.
Yeah.
Why?
The audio got fucked up, and I thought I took it down.
Well, it was up for like a while, but it wasn't even the full episode. It was like 2 hours.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be. Something went wrong. Because there's something wrong with the audio, and then having to redo it was like kind of a hassle, and I just haven't gotten around to fixing it. Fuck. All right. Yeah. But I mean, is the audio good?
On that, it sounded fine to me.
No, but I mean, like, is it like if you were listening on Spotify or iTunes, is it the whole thing?
Yeah. My dad said it was good.
Okay, good.
My dad's been he's the incident reporter.
He's our
for no one.
Or
he always asks me questions that he wants me to ask you, and I'm just like, ugh.
Write them down.
Yeah, I will.
I'll answer them. Frank, you got questions? Just ask, man. It's all good. I'll answer them.
But I have to filter between this interaction.
You have to translate.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
Come on, man. It'll be another segment for the show.
Like my dad just texts me during the workday, or like I come home and he's like, "Yeah, I don't talk about something on the podcast
that you don't
that we talked about 2 weeks ago," and I'm like, "Dude, I don't fucking remember that." Like,
what was it? Megan messaged me about something in one of the episodes I did before I left for Europe. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was like, that was like literally a month ago. Like, I have no idea. Yeah. Like, holy shit, that is even harder to try to recoil. I was like, maybe we said that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's another person we got to get back on the show. People have been asking about her. And also, congratulations. She got married since that episode aired. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate it. Yeah. If by any chance you guys have a death metal album or a new metal album that you want us to talk about in this upcoming new segment, please
shoot it our way.
Shoot it our way in any capacity: email, comment, text, in person. If you want to see us in person, which that's unfortunate if you have to do it that way.
No, it's cool. Hang out with us.
Don't do it. It's not that cool.
But yeah, if you're listening, you suggest a way.
Yeah, no. If anybody chimes in, we'll probably talk about it. But I feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot, and nobody's gonna chime in, and we're not gonna talk about a fourth album.
I'm worried everybody's gonna suggest shitty ones, and I have to talk about shitty records.
Even better.
But yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right,
we're in it together. Cool. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
The ending thing.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to episode 124. Please, if you're still watching this, hit that subscribe button so you can see our new shit when it comes out first. Hit that like button. Hit that handshake button. Just kidding, there isn't one. But leave a comment, say some shit, say something negative, say something positive.
Poke us on Facebook.
Yeah, do that. I don't know if you could poke a page, but personally, you could find me and Bill on Facebook and poke us. So feel free. And yeah, thanks for listening.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.